Wait, before we do anything else, Nooya,
Yes.
do you have any friends who are not white-skinned?
No.
You fucking racist.
Yeah.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Dopecast with me, Dopefish. My guest host, my co-host, as usual.
Is Sir Andersen, the sober one, apparently.
Oh yeah, I'm a tired man, leave me alone. And with us today, we have who?
From the depths of Hyrule, I guess, comes me, and I'm Nooya.
Nooya.
Hi.
Nooya, let us get straight into the questions.
All right.
Why don't we? How old are you, Nooya?
I am 25.
506 divided by 25?
Yes.
Alright. And where are you from?
I am from Sweden, and do you want to know more specifically?
You're not from Sweden, though.
No, well...
By what I would hear a lot of Swedes say, you're supposed to not be from actual Sweden.
Well, I'm
He's
actually
from
your
he's from
country.
the dark part of Sweden.
Yeah, I'm from your country, actually, Andersen. But, like, we have to keep that secret. It's not to be released. But yeah, I'm from Skåne. As
Skåne?
most people could probably guess there, I guess.
Skåne,
Yeah.
isn't that something
Skåne?
they eat in England?
Scone?
No, that's scones.
I think it's called Scania in English, or Scania. or something
Scania?
like that.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never
I think
heard that.
that's like the word you say. So Nooya. Nooya. Why are you called Nooya? Where is that nickname from? Does it mean anything?
Well, there's two versions.
Okay.
Do you want the lie or the true version?
Yes.
Okay, so the lie is I just sat and said weird names to myself. I've had quite a few nicknames, but I changed them in a very short period. My first name ever online was between I was like 10 or 11 until like 14 was Seth, which is Seth EPH. But shortly thereafter, shortly after 14, I changed it 4 times. And that was...
What did you have? Let us hear the list.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So first it was, I think, Malli, Malli. But it sounded too girlish, I didn't like it. So after like a week, I switched again. And you can imagine I was playing World of Warcraft at this time, so it cost me a lot of money. And the second name after that was Gardy, but it sounded like a French gay guy. Gardi. And that didn't work either. But then came one that I actually stuck with for a while, which is Senera. But first it was Senera. But it also sounded a bit too female. But I didn't switch up on that because at this point I'd spent like, I don't know, 500 Swedish crowns just switching names on World of Warcraft, which is a stupid thing. But my name after that, like in coming games, would be Senera with 2 N's, because that sounded more male.
Not really, but okay.
But to me, I mean,
Okay.
kid
Sounds
logic.
like a Tolkien elf or something.
Yeah, I mean, kid logic. It doesn't. Not supposed to make sense, I guess. And then, like a year after that, I stuck with Nooya, and that's my lie, I guess. Because actually, the names prior to that was definitely true, but the lie was I just sat and said weird names to myself.
Okay.
But the actual version is very lame.
Oh god.
Please
Please don't tell me it's from like an anime or something.
No. It's not like that. But the true version is I combined the word yes and no in slang. So now you can't unhear that.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
God.
exactly. Like but it sounds ridiculous. But if you don't know that, you wouldn't think that.
Yeah. Well,
Because
now
when I
you
ask
just
other
ruined the
people,
name.
like,
You
what do
ruined
you
it,
think
man.
of
You
my-
fucking ruined it.
What?
You fucking ruined the name
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
Forever.
I mean, it's nothing like, and that's why I said like, do you want the true or the lie? Because the true version is just pretty lame, I feel.
Oh man.
Dope,
I
what
thought
was-
you were gonna.
What was
Sorry,
your
go ahead.
first online name?
Who? Me?
Giga Boost.
No, I had a couple before that. One of the ones I had for quite a long time was like Punch Pralinen, which is like a type of candy in Swedish.
Yeah.
With,
They're horrible.
what is it? Punch? I don't even know. Like it's some sort of rum chocolate thing.
Yeah.
But I spelt it like punch, like the English punch. So it was like, I don't know. Yeah, that was terrible. And then I had Terra Boost, and then Giga Boost.
Wait. Does Terra Boost come from Final Fantasy?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like terabyte and then boost.
Ah, right.
I
so you
don't-
downgraded from Terra Boost to Giga Boost.
Exactly. It just sounded better.
So when Mega Boost?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's gonna be like the new file service online, Mega Boosts.
And then in 500 years, it's going to be Micro Boost.
But yeah.
And
Robert
Andersen, how did you
That's
come up
that's a
with-
mystery. How did you settle on that name?
Well, his first last name was actually Carlson, but he switched it.
Carlson.
Carlson.
No,
Potaket.
my first online name was really awful. Really awful. I would have been 14, 15, going to boarding school. And
What's
back when I was a
boarding school? Is that
teenager,
like a-
I was a very teenager-y teenager.
Mm-hmm.
Quite edgy. My first online name was Evil Insomnia.
Alright.
It's not bad. I mean,
Not terrible,
I've
yeah.
heard worse. I mean,
It's quite edgy,
the
though.
XX head no scope, etc. Kind of
And
names.
that's because I'm old. This was before the XX stuff was
Ah.
popular. I would probably definitely have been like XX Evil Insomnia 69XX if I'd been born later.
Probably. And a couple of like leet characters in there.
Of
as
course, gotta have like evil with like a 1.
well. A 3 and a 1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I'm considering getting lead speak as a tattoo.
What?
Oh god.
What do you mean, like a tattoo in lead speak or just the word lead speak?
A tattoo in lead speak.
Saying what?
Old school.
Oh god, that's terrible. Don't do it.
No, don't do that.
That's like a faux nerd thing. It's like, I don't know. It's cringeworthy.
Yeah.
That's a terrible idea.
I am pretty cringeworthy though.
I saw a cool tattoo that I kind of wanted. Like, there was a guy who had tattooed his like entire forearm with a skull kid from Majora's Mask. It looked really cool, but it's like it's just permanent. Like, you really have to think something like that through before you go through with it.
I don't know. I'm scared of tattoos because trends change.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
things change.
If I had
often.
unlimited money, I would be covered in tattoos.
I mean, looking at media, like tomorrow, having skull kid tattoos is gonna be like being against feminism. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be.
Imagine
something-
having like a tattoo of the Egyptian god Isis.
Oh god.
We actually had a health food company here in Denmark named ISIS.
Really?
Oh, wow. Did it
Yeah.
change the name when that shit started? Or?
I'm not sure, but I think they changed it, yeah.
Wow. Well, we've gotten way off track, but this is a nice conversation regardless. But I think we got to continue here.
Yes.
Nooya, how long have you been a part of the community?
Ooh, believe it or not, I was actually a lurker before I applied as a streamer, which I guess most people know I am, so there's no really introduction there. But I was a lurker for about a year, a little bit more. Then I started actually talking for a bit, but I didn't talk long before I actually applied as a streamer. What do I...
Was this like in the live stream days?
This
It
was
right?
just after. It was actually like in the beginning of live stream. That's when I was like a lurker. But when I started
right.
talking, you had like migrated over to. You still had the Java chat, I think.
Oh yeah.
But the player we had, like, I know there was a big part like what's it called? Like the free program we used. It looked awful. It looked like a kid program.
Procaster? or
Yeah,
something?
Procaster. Thank you.
Yeah. That was live stream.
Procaster. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I was
man.
So I was in the beginning of live stream. I actually didn't remember that. And of course, we had like the worst fucking studio ever.
Yeah, the studio. Oh, my god.
What a nightmare.
God, Andersen, you're lucky you didn't start streaming back then. You would have ripped your hair out.
I didn't really have internet to do it back then, but I actually have a live stream channel hidden somewhere.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Because I
Did
did
you
it.
like use it? Because God.
I mainly did it to try and get used to the studio because I wanted to apply for
Right.
streamer at some point.
Makes sense, yeah. But oh god, that thing was so terrible.
But
Yeah, I-
so terrible.
I have like
Nooya's been around forever. Nooya was a streamer when I first came to the community.
Yeah.
I've been here quite a long time, I guess.
Yeah, you really have. So how did you actually find us in the first place?
Also, I want to say one more thing before we move on about the studio thing. I remember
Yeah.
like queuing at that point. Do you remember that?
It's
Like
so many
you
times
had
it
to go
just
in
broke.
and like you
Yeah,
had
yeah,
to
you-
import a YouTube video, and just sometimes it didn't work.
Yeah.
There's
Oh,
no
God.
error, just like nope.
And like the autopilot is frozen. Someone go in the studio and restart
yeah.
it. Like what?
Oh, it was horrible.
And also, like way back, I'm not sure because we had Java chat back then, but
Mm-hmm.
before that, when we actually were on live stream, it was like, "Hey,
live
streamer, clear the chat. The stream is lagging," and that was an
Yeah.
actual thing. There was too much text, so the like whole page started lagging.
Yeah.
So we had to clear the chat.
Wow.
It's fucking crazy.
That was actually before my time. I was not here when you used the live stream chat.
Yeah,
It
And
sounds
I
like
was
it's a
also
good
not here
thing
for
that I
the-
missed the good old days.
yeah. And all the spam and all the swear words were like
Yeah,
censored,
yeah,
just the
yeah.
stars. Oh man, good old live stream chat.
Um,
Anyway, so how did you actually find the place?
I actually found it via the Gorefield videos.
Hmm.
The one where you play. I
Yeah,
don't actually know
Garfield
it.
on the
Garfield
NES.
something.
Yeah, 7 Days of Garfield or something
That's what
like
it is.
that.
That's what it is. And I found those really intriguing, and I laughed like a lot when I watched those. So I'm not the ladder goat guy. Well, actually, no, I'm not the ladder goat guy, but I didn't come here through the ladder goat kind of guy.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess.
No, you.
Well, some
you-
people
you
do
came
confuse us.
You came before, didn't you? I mean, you would have joined before Ladder Goat even happened.
No, no. I
No.
came after ladder goat, but it was like
Yeah.
it was shortly after. Your ladder goat video was like 2009, right?
Yeah, something like
Yeah,
that.
I
that
was
old?
here like
First
slightly
videos.
after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was introduced here by the Gorefield videos.
Alright. So you just follow the link and like checked it out.
Yeah. At the beginning, like I think I like looked at the stream and I was like, "This is lame as fuck," and then I left. And I didn't come back for like a month or something. But then you were streaming, like someone was streaming something. I think it was actually Shamis, but I'm
Oh,
not.
wow.
Don't
Oh,
quote me on
Jesus.
that. Yeah. And that's
Yeah.
I don't know why I stayed because of that, but I don't know something.
Yeah. Shamus
Maybe-
was an old streamer who had some kind of mental illness. I don't exactly know what it was, but it was very obvious, and he was very confrontational and
Yes.
basically a huge pain in the ass to work with.
And 80% of his streams were Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
But I think he
He's
was actually
before my
streaming Left
time.
4 Dead.
He had some pretty funny streams though, but
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
that guy was like literally like crazy.
I mean,
You know,
he caused some memes, I guess.
yeah,
There were some like quotes people kept saying for quite a while.
yeah. But yeah, all right, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So you like came back and you just found the streams entertaining and you decided
Yeah,
to stay, or
yeah, definitely. And I like as I said, I just lurked for most of the time. But at that, I think I was like in a point in my life where I was very antisocial. I was almost to the point of being emo, I guess. But I've
were
never
you playing like World of Warcraft at the time?
Yeah, exactly. No.
Yeah.
No, but like I was playing. Well, I was playing World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
I have actually never really had a lot of like real life friends because I hate people. It's a weird thing to say, but it's true.
No, I know what you mean. I know
Amen.
what you
Yeah,
mean.
like I hate like interacting with people
Yeah.
in real life. It's
I mean, it's fine
awkward
in
and it's-
small doses, but yeah, I know what you mean.
I think it's more like I guess I'm the kind of person who likes to sit behind this what's it called screen and just like trash people on the internet because I'm safe behind my screen. Why should I care?
Yeah, that's true.
But,
But,
like-
I mean, we've met in real life a couple
Yeah.
of times, and you're not like
No, but I mean, I'm
awkward
not
or
an
antisocial or anything like
asshole.
that.
Yeah, I'm not an asshole. And I'm not like antisocial. But if I can avoid a social situation, I'd rather.
Yeah,
It's-
you're more.
It's
like,
funny you saying something like that because when we met at Dopecon 0, you were definitely the most normal guy there. You and
Yeah, but I mean, that was exciting. It was really fucking exciting. It was a lot of fun. It's different though. Like meeting, like in my job, if I have to go to a customer, I don't like that. I really
Yeah.
dislike that, and that's why I'm right now. Well, actually, we'll get into the job later, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't like going out to customers, and I don't like if I don't have to interact with someone, I'd rather not.
Yeah.
If it's not like a good friend,
well,
like my friends I can definitely talk with and like meet them and stuff.
I mean, you can if you have to. It's not like you don't go to the store because you're afraid of talking to cashier.
No, like, but I mean, at the store, I'll just have music in my ears and I don't talk to anyone.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But yeah. So you'd rather be like home playing video games than to go to a party, etc.
Exactly.
It's, what is it? What are those fucking terms for people?
Introvert?
Yes, introvert and extrovert. That's the one. So you're an introvert.
Okay. Yeah.
So there's not much worse than someone coming up to you and just starting to make small talk for no god.
Exactly. Oh, it's horrible.
Oh god, sitting like waiting for the bus and like some
old
person sits down next to you like, oh fuck, oh shit, no.
I love talking to people. I love talking to people if we're talking about something.
Yeah,
I love discussing a topic. But that small talk thing where it feels like they're just prodding at you. Just like they ask you something and you answer and you turn your attention elsewhere. And then they just prod you out of what you were doing. And they prod you again, and they prod you. And say, get the fuck off me! Talk about something or fuck off!
And the correct social thing to do, like, at least for extroverts, is, you engage and you follow up and you ask them back and, like, you fucking keep talking. But it's just, I don't know, it just feels weird and wrong.
Yeah.
Especially talking to adults, which is a weird thing to say since I'm an adult now, but I never feel like one. But always, like, talking to, grown-ups, even if it's, like, your aunt or something, or... I don't know, your dentist or whatever. They just ask you about things. So, what do you do? Are you in school? Like, yeah. And they keep fucking talking to you, and you just, please, we share no interests. I have nothing to say to you. Just leave me alone.
I definitely agree. Like, there's a specific, like, there's like people at my work, because we work in a work complex. Like, it's a lot of people hire themselves to stay there, I guess. Well, work there.
Why don't we just, before you go into that, let's just skip ahead to that question. What is it you do for a living?
I am a phone exchange system engineer, or technician rather than an engineer, I guess.
That sounds fancy as fuck.
It's not like really. It's just like... It's
politically
a very
correct term?
It's a very correct term. In general, I'm just a technician and we work with call center solutions for customers. It's not call center. I want to say this instantly because a lot of negativity is aimed towards call centers.
A lot of positivity
call center solutions for customers, like entire companies' phone systems.
Right.
So like if you have a company of like 8 people, they can say like, okay, we want this and this and this when someone calls our main number. I'm the one like programming that and making sure that works.
Right. Wait. So you set up like customer service support, like phone support and shit for other companies?
Not support mainly. It's mainly their own numbers. Like if you call the pizzeria, they have a main number. Yep. I make sure that when you call their 044 number and like their we call it huvudnummer. But I guess main number makes sense.
Yeah, main number, yeah.
But when you call the main number, we make sure like when you call this, it goes to this cell phone, and this cell phone.
Oh, I see.
So they can answer there. That's more like it. It's not support really.
All right.
So yeah.
So you don't set up like exchanges and stuff like switchboards, like Vexel, I guess it's called in Swedish.
Yes, it is a complete phone exchange system is what it's called.
All right. That's cool. Yeah. So do you actually do installs, or do you sit at your computer like typing?
I only sit at my computer. I actually do this sometimes, but I am very, as you said, invert. That's a new word for me. I didn't know that. Introvert, sorry.
It means that you are looking more inside yourself than outside yourself or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, okay. But I'm like that, and I've told them specifically I'd rather not. I'd rather sit here because this is what I'm comfortable with and I enjoy working with.
Yeah. You were saying something. Were you like trying to switch jobs or something?
I have looked for another job for a while because they're not nice.
Oh.
They are assholes, and
this is public, just saying.
Well.
No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Right, so like the boss.
I won't go into too much detail. I just don't like it there. That's
all right. So it's not a nice work environment.
It's a nice working environment and all that shit, but it's like it's other sides like other things on the side that I am not too pleased with.
Right.
But I have to like it's a very calm job at times, and I know my stuff. Like I'm very I'm very what's it called? Lättloud.
Quick learner.
Yeah, I'm a quick learner, so like I can I know what I do, and I do it very fluently. So
yeah, that's nice. What education do you have? Like, did you go to a university or something, or was
you mean education?
Yeah, education. What did I say?
Yeah, you said dedication.
Oh, well, I meant education.
Education. I have shit education.
So
basically nothing. My grades are absolutely horrible. It wasn't, and I actually got it, believe it or not, through Arbetsförmedlingen.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So did you finish just gymnasium, as it's called here, like college, I guess, or secondary?
I finished it, but my grades were not good at all.
All right. Well, what program did you go?
ET Media, which is IT Media.
Yeah.
Which is
that was difficult to translate.
Yeah, I guess I don't know why I didn't translate it at first.
Yeah.
But it's like just like general computer knowledge, and then it's like a lot about media, how commercials work, papers, stuff like that, how they are made and stuff.
That sounds interesting, honestly.
Could you have gone into like journalism after that, or
not with my grades?
No, but I mean,
if I tried hard, I have a few friends in my class that actually are journalists today.
All right.
And they're making a lot of money, so.
Yeah, fair enough.
But it's not my kind of job. Like that would mean I would actually have to interact with people. So.
Yeah, of course.
Fuck that.
I mean, so you could have also done something like marketing or something like that, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. I've definitely put in a lot of like not complaints, but like suggestions / complaints because. They're doing stuff wrong at our work when it comes to like advertising our company to other customers. I just hear the conversation like our sellers are doing with like potential customers, and I was like, what the fuck are you saying? You have like 15 seconds to say your stuff, and then they stop listening to you. Then you might as well just hang up.
Yeah.
So
all right. So Nooya, how much of a fat nerd are you really?
Ooh, are we talking mentally or physically?
Yes.
Yes, generally mentally, but you're also welcome to answer it physically if you want.
Okay, mentally, the fattest nerd you can imagine.
Really?
I don't. Again, like I wake up, I play games until I have to go to work, and basically it's like on the minute. Yeah. Like I might be late even a few minutes, and I really don't care because I don't know, it's stupid, but I really don't care. But I know my driving, and it's like, okay, I'm 3 minutes out later than I usually am. I have to drive a little faster. It's like that. Yeah. I do my work. I play like Hearthstone during lunch, basically all the time, or some other kind of game, like Binding of Isaac has been recent. I drive home from work. I sometimes figure getting pickup food means I don't have to cook food, and that means I can play more video games, stuff like that. So, and then I come home and I basically play games until I go to sleep. So I guess you could say mentally and kind of physically, I am very fat. I'm very nerd.
All right. Mm-hmm. I mean, at least you got a job.
Yeah.
That's pretty normy.
So far.
So far. Not after this podcast.
I mean,
once I send this to your employers, they'll hear what you really think.
Yeah, exactly. No, but like as I said, I do come late for work sometimes, and I don't do it on purpose. But
obviously,
like video games are what they are, and sometimes I just get caught up in them.
All right. So, do you have any other hobbies besides video games?
No. Actually, not a whole lot right now. I used to do other stuff, like I have periods in life where I do like purling. I like to purl sometimes. Right now I don't really have anything to purl. I have an idea. Pearl, like beads, pearl beads.
Like arts and crafts?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, right, you make those... I guess not like paintings, but what do you call them?
Pixel art
almost
beats.
Pixel art stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, that stuff.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. I've done like a Mega Man, I've done a Yoshi in my time, I've done... and I had an idea where I was going to do all the masks in Majora's Mask, like in big pixel art versions, but It's a lot of beats needed to do that, so I might have to wait a while.
And that's a lot of hours of video games.
Exactly. Yes, it's a lot of video game hours. Like I have to do trade-offs. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't read. Reading is probably I can't read. Like I can't. Okay, well I can read, but I can't sit down and read.
Right.
Like, I don't have. I think I have some kind of mental disorder because I can't sit still and do nothing for 10 minutes. Like
But reading isn't doing nothing.
No, but I can't. Like I have to do something with my hands or something with my feet or something with my body. Like I can't sit still for 10 minutes. So I think I have some kind of mental disorder in that sense. I don't know what it's called.
Read on the treadmill.
I don't have a treadmill. I need an excuse. I hate reading. It's just boring. I don't know.
Have you tried audiobooks?
No, I actually haven't. But
since you seem to have gotten into podcasts, I mean, they're kind of similar. I wouldn't recommend doing it while driving, though, because you need more focus.
Podcasts are a million times better.
Yes, of course.
Especially this one.
At least a few podcasts, such as this one.
Yeah, but I mean, you recommended podcast to me, Dope, and I started listening to them, and as I said, time just flies by. So maybe I could do audiobooks while I'm like out going for walks, because I do like going for walks. I'm not like the fattest nerd who sits in and does nothing at all. Definitely not. But I like if I can choose, and if I don't feel like doing anything else, or feel like I really need to go out and get some air right now, I will definitely play video games.
Yeah. I usually play video games until I get bored, and then I might go and exercise or something.
Yeah, exactly. That,
video games come first.
That's basically me as well. But like
audiobooks when walking is great.
I usually sit around trying to figure out what video game to play until I get bored.
Fucking hell. So what games are you playing right now, Nooya, other than Hearthstone, Binding of Isaac?
Well, as I said, Binding of Isaac, I am getting back into Majora's Mask speedrunning again. I took it like a break from it because it is frustrating. It's very frustrating at times. And it's been really warm this, summer, I guess. I wouldn't call it summer, but summer.
What?
But it's not. It hasn't been that hot, but it's been humid as fuck.
It's still summer though.
Yeah, but it's not really a summer.
It's still a summer months.
It hasn't felt like summer in the air.
All right.
But I play, as I said, Majora's Mask. I play right now Binding of Isaac a lot.
Still playing World of Warcraft?
I play World of Warcraft. I do raid in World of Warcraft. That's a big time investor for me right now. I know it's taboo to say you play World of Warcraft, but I do.
Alright, well, this podcast is over. I didn't know that about you. I can't believe we had you on as a guest. That is just gross.
I know. I'm sorry.
No, World of Warcraft is still like the best MMO out there. If you want to play an MMO, there's literally nothing else. Everything else is just shit.
Yeah,
but World of Warcraft is also shit though. So just don't play an MMO.
Yeah, I guess. But I enjoy it. I like the raiding system in World of Warcraft and the way. Especially now in Warlords of Draenor, the raids have been amazing, like absolutely amazing. They are really difficult.
Well, all right.
Hold on, I'm just gonna mute my phone because my mom, I think, is calling me.
Not now, Mom. I'm on the internet.
Oh Christ!
All right, but yeah, I definitely feel like the raiding has been absolutely amazing now in Warlords of Draenor. So,
all right.
Yeah, I mean, it's still, as you said, it's not a good game because it's very outdated at this point. Like, we've seen it, we've done it, we've conquered it basically.
Yeah.
But it's the raids still keep coming out, and I am kind of excited for Legion. But I mean, it's not the game that it used to be.
Yeah, of course.
Definitely not.
All right, Andersen, why don't you take the next question?
Yeah, I would probably play World of Warcraft if it was free to play. Anyway, question of the week. What is, or rather, who is the most tragic protagonist of any video game, Nooya?
I just gotta make sure. I'm retarded, by the way, so I'm gonna be asking a little bit of a question. Protagonist is the good guy, right?
The main character.
The main character. He doesn't need to be good, but
okay. Well, yeah, main character. Okay. Well, out of my experience,
Yeah?
I would say. Are we talking right now?
No,
Or
of
in
any,
general?
of all time.
Of all time?
Yeah.
Devil May Cry. The way he turned out. I don't like that.
I have no idea what that means.
Dante in Devil May Cry.
Uh-huh.
I don't like how he turned out. Like, he used to be such a fucking badass. Like, this is, again, this is like an old video game at this point, but...
So was his story tragic?
Well, I didn't think we were talking about the story. Are you...
Well, explain what you mean then, whatever. Like,
Okay,
why is
well,
Dante the most tragic?
Look at Dante from, like, the earlier Devil May Cry games. He's a badass, and you really like him, and... Like, you identify with him in a way that... I want to be this guy. Right?
Uh-huh. Okay, fair enough.
Do you agree with me?
I'm not too familiar with DMC, but yeah, he's like
Right.
he's like a slick, like cool talking.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like he
everything...
kicks a demon's ass and then he like eats a slice of pizza. He's like a Ninja Turtle or something.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I remember I played Devil May Cry 4. That was my first Devil May Cry game. I'm gonna say that. And like every time you get one of these new weapons, and you see this cutscene where he goes absolutely ape shit and does like, I remember especially like when he does the heart thing on the rock and it breaks and it's a heart left and then it breaks in the middle and it's like it's very rewarding. It's really cool, and I like that.
So,
but
yeah.
then when you see the trailer and stuff for the new Devil May Cry and he's a kid. Well, not a kid, he's a teenager, and he's an emo teenager. It's like, what happened? What the fuck?
Yeah.
It's,
right, so that's the most tragic development.
That's what I think about. When you say that question, that's the first thing that hits my head. So that's what I'm gonna say.
All right, perhaps not exactly what the question was, but I think it's a good answer.
I tried.
It was basically such a good thing, and then he just got ruined.
I think I tried Devil May Cry 4, and it was awful. But
I
let me defend it.
enjoyed-
Let me defend it. It was
Okay.
at a computer cafe, and they didn't have. It was on PC, and they didn't have a controller, so it was on keyboard and mouse controls on PC for Devil May Cry, and it was awful because the controls were shit.
No. It's not. I don't think it's a PC game, really.
I only played it for like 20 minutes because the controls were just beating my head against the wall bad.
Yeah, I mean,
So I'd kind of say that I haven't really tried it. But that's all the Devil May Cry I've played, so all this about the character development of Dante, I don't know. I know he's one of the guys in Marvel vs. Capcom. He has a sword, and he shoots people.
that like every Soul Calibur. No.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. Andersen, actually, do you have an answer to this question?
Yeah. I at least off the top of my head, I would have to say I don't remember his name, but the protagonist of Spec Ops: The Line. He
The Marine or whatever.
Yeah, he basically goes into a crisis situation, and he kind of has that all-American, I'm gonna be a hero.
Hoorah!
Yeah, but also he's going in, he wants to help people, he wants to go in and help people. Along the way, he has to make some hard choices, and he comes out of it basically a war criminal. He goes in trying to be the hero, and he comes out the bad guy. That's pretty tragic in my book.
Yeah, I suppose so. Good intentions. What is it? All the
road to hell is paved
with good intentions.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the one.
What about you?
I don't know. I mean, the game has very little story in regards to the main character, but when I saw this question, I immediately thought of basically the protagonist of Diablo 1. Because in the end, you basically fail. Even though you kill Diablo, you take the soul stone into your own forehead, you try to contain it, but then you learn in Diablo 2 that you basically went insane, you started killing a bunch of people, and eventually you become Diablo. So whatever you tried to do failed.
Yeah, all you accomplish is maybe slowing him down for a step.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's very like analytical. Oh, not analytical, but it's like if that was like the first thing that popped into your head, I am like bravo. Really?
Well, I don't know. I mean, there are, of course, like sad games like Braid, but Braid is like too fucking artsy fartsy. I don't really like that game.
I mean,
like
I guess I misunderstood
Bastion is
the
pretty
question
fucking tragic.
slightly then.
Sorry?
I guess I misunderstood the question slightly then. Like, you mean tragic in the sense that they're cool first, but then something happens?
No, I mean, tragic just means sad. Like, it's a verse version of sad. Like, the most sad thing that happens to
A person
character.
whose story is a tragedy.
Yeah.
So I guess I was like, it was a tragedy to me. That
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Dante
a
turned
personal
out as he
tragedy.
did.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, your answer was
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. I mean,
Right, so Nooya, the most important question. Who is your wife?
I already lodged a guess at what the answer will be with you, Dope. You're my witness that I guess
Yes.
that I guess.
let me hear it.
Yes, but
No,
I...
I'm not gonna hear it. You're gonna
no,
give
we're not
who's your
spoil it.
waifu, and
I
Dope
think
is
it's
your-
wrong. I'm gonna guess one of the three that I wrote to you. But yeah, who is your waifu, Nooya?
Well, you're both gonna be wrong.
Oh, shit!
I don't have one.
Oh, fuck off! Everybody's got a waifu.
I'm gonna
This
be
some bullshit, nigga.
You're in
Okay,
denial.
well, okay, so I'm gonna say if it's one, and in my book, like what I've learned so far is that if you have a waifu, it has to be from Toho. It has to
No,
be.
it
Like if
doesn't.
it's not legit.
Christ.
So if we're gonna talk, like if I say that's like a rule,
It isn't.
It sounds ridiculous, but it's gonna be Cerno.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
a very disappointing answer.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Incredibly disappointing.
But if I'm gonna talk in general, it has to be, and I'm blanking on the name. Fuck, what's it called?
I have no idea.
You don't even know your waifu's name.
No,
you are
Midna.
a
Fuck,
terrible
I was
person.
blanking. on
Yes! One of the three I guessed.
the name. Yeah, okay. But it's like
Hell yeah!
Let me guess what you guessed. You guessed Malon.
Yes?
Yeah. You guessed Fee.
I don't know who that is.
Okay, fuck.
I guessed the fish girl, whatever her name is.
Oh, Fish Girl. Well, okay, yeah, I know.
Okay,
And
can you guess?
Malon and Midna.
Can you guess what my guess was?
Ooh, well, it's Zelda related, obviously.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Who was it?
So it's
remember.
Seria, Zelda.
No, consider my vast knowledge of Zelda.
Oh, well, Zelda.
Yes.
There you go.
Literally the only female character I know from Zelda. So
Oh well.
I'm so glad I got Midna.
But yeah, I guess Midna, because there's been like a lot of Rule 34, let's just say.
who is Midna?
That Zone Flash, man. She's like the little imp, shadow imp thing with a big hat on her head. I don't know. She's
big-
not a human. She's something else.
A big
She's like
hand
midget.
hat, I guess you could say, because she has like a hat that she extends and stuff.
Yeah. I don't know.
A
It's
hat
weird.
that's a hand.
Hand hat?
Yep.
Hand?
And
Okay. This is not.
You probably recognize her, Andersen. At least you've like seen her somewhere if you see a picture. But yeah.
This isn't making Zelda sound any less weird. Anyway, on to feedback, I guess.
All right, on to feedback.
Yeah. So I picked out some feedback.
wait,
some
wait,
from-
before we go there,
before
what
we
is
go.
your
Okay.
guy? What is your guy's waifu?
Oh.
Dope. Let me tell me. Did I catch you on the spot?
Yeah, you kind of did. Because I'm sure I've answered this question before, but
I
might
didn't
give a
hear it. I
different
actually
answer.
listened to the podcast, but like at least the first two, first three.
Yeah, no,
sorry.
I don't think I've answered it on the podcast, which is true.
Mhm.
Um,
So I'm giving Andersen time to think
I'm
now.
gonna say Enchantress from Dota.
Oh,
Sproink.
so much like Dustbin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. So I wouldn't say I have a waifu now, but if I had to pick one off the top of my head, I'll do that. But I did used to have a waifu. My first waifu, and that was Chitara from Thundercats.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
I've heard that answer before. I think. Oh yeah, we did go through these questions in the first one, didn't we?
Yeah.
Didn't I ask
You
these
did?
to you?
I had a major crush on her,
Yeah, yeah.
but
No, I think only Andersen answered them. I think I asked them. to,
right, because I didn't. Okay.
But if I had to pick a waifu right now off the top of my head, it would be Santanico Pandemonium.
Who is that?
That is the hot vampire chick that Salma Hayek plays in From Dusk Till Dawn.
Mm.
3D. That's kind of gross, dude.
Yeah, I mean, on the screen she's still 2D, so.
Ah, he got you there.
Kinda.
No.
I mean, if you take a picture of the screen and just freeze it there, that's 2D. If you play the movie, it's 3D. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
No, that's not how dimensions work at all.
Sure it is.
It's just a 2D picture
Andersen.
with depth. That's it.
Right.
Feedback.
Some is from last episode, some is going back to earlier stuff.
Uh-huh.
So first up, Mike Wright says, anime too mainstream now. It's not cool anymore. So
Anime was never cool.
how mainstream is anime? Nooya, do you listen to anime?
Do I listen to anime? No.
You do. You listen to fucking Toho Orchestra, I'm sure.
Ah, right. Oh, well, I don't listen specifically to it. There are a few songs that I really enjoy from the Toho games. One game that I played when I was a kid, like that was one of my, that was my first shmup game ever, and I was kind of introduced to how difficult games can be by it, and it was Toho 7, Perfect Cherry Blossom.
Damn.
Okay.
My first shoot 'em up was, what's it called, 1942? Like the top...
And he's not even talking about the video game. Hey-o!
Get off my lawn!
Oh, man. But yeah, that was like the game that really introduced me to how difficult video games can be and how frustrating video games can be.
Alright. So do you actually watch anime, Nooya?
I don't watch any anime. I'm gonna say I don't watch anime because Naruto isn't anime in today's society.
Do you watch Naruto?
I do. I haven't finished it. I watched it since it started.
Nigga, please!
Okay, I'm just being honest. Like, I've watched it since it started, and at this point, might as well finish it, I feel.
Yeah, too much investment. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'll come out of the closet for you. I've watched the original series of Naruto, and I plan to watch Shippuden.
Is it now that I say I lied and I just made you come out of the closet?
Yes.
That's okay. I stand by it.
Oh, God, you're terrible people.
No.
I stand
but
by
like,
that as well.
I have watched a few animes. I don't actively watch anime. I personally feel I don't want to spend that time when I could play video games.
Do you watch any TV?
No, I have a TV, but I use it for video games only.
Alright, so you don't download any TV shows or anything like that?
No,
either?
I don't follow any TV shows either. It's funny because...
Not even like Game of Thrones?
No.
You're missing out.
Yes, I know. Probably. But, like, it's the same. Like, as I said before, I have trouble sitting still doing nothing for 10 minutes. So watching a TV show...
That's what World of Warcraft is for, man. While you're grinding out your dailies, you put on, like...
Dude, I don't do anything in World of Warcraft than Raid. Nothing.
Well, whatever. When you're grinding out the Hearthstone or Path of Exile or whatever the fuck it is. When you're speedrunning in Majora's.
Take up knitting.
Oh, God. No, I don't think so. I'm not that old yet.
I just want to take a moment to go back to this comment and just point out that Mike Wright is a big, fat, filthy, dirty, stinking hipster.
Cool.
Yes.
This has gone mainstream, so now it's not all and cool.
But it's probably an ironic comment.
I hope so.
It's a joke.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, my mockery of him was ironic as well.
Yes, of course.
So, fuck this fuck bullshit says...
Is that
that is the name.
Iron Sheik? Fuck this fucking bullshit!
No, not fucking, just fuck this fuck bullshit.
Okay. So he's asexual, I see.
One word. Says, and this is probably in regards to our programming talk, that Roller Coaster Tycoon was actually made in assembly.
Okay.
What is assembly?
A programming,
programming language.
An ancient programming language.
That's like machine code.
It's what Dope plays on stream when he wants to bore us all into a
the
coma.
T100?
Yeah, that's pretty much
Tier
assembly,
100?
yeah. Except it's video gamesy.
Oh.
But yeah. That's fair enough. If that's true, that's really cool. I wonder why. But that's an old as fuck game as well.
Yeah, the original Roller
But still,
Coaster Tycoon.
it's a neat bit of trivia, if it is true.
I remember playing a roller coaster. I don't think it was Tycoon. It was like Roller Coasters...
Theme Park World, maybe?
Theme Park. Yeah, Theme Park World. And that was really fun.
Yeah, it's great.
I had like on one of those PC games demo discs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. So good.
I remember those. Alright.
Alright, Israel Forever, spelled very cleverly with a 4, says, what's the little jingle at the beginning of the podcast? That, I think he means the do 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 do.
It's the Dopecast jingle, nigga.
Where's it from?
It's made specifically for the podcast by a friend of mine.
Oh, who? Anyone
Yeah,
anyone?
that's a good question.
Isn't it?
I don't want to say who it is because I might be wrong. Because I have had people do other theme music for me, but I don't know.
But
I'm just gonna say, is it Fly? The Fly?
That's who I think it is, but I'm not sure about that.
So it's actually something custom made for the podcast.
Yes, exactly.
Very cool.
I have like
He makes good shit. He makes really good shit.
yeah. Back in the other podcast before the reboot, we used them to like delineate between segments as well, so it was played a lot more than just at the beginning and the end. I have like a lot of versions of it, like 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 6 seconds, etc., etc. But yeah, it's not from anything. It's just
It sounds like an old school video game. That's the good part about it.
yeah. I like it. It's upbeat and nice.
Exactly.
All right, last comment, and this is from an earlier episode. I thought this would be fitting since we have 2 Swedes on. Jesper Peterson asks, could you talk a bit more about politics? For example, your view on the European Union or immigration. And I know that immigration is kind of taboo in Sweden.
I guess I'm leaving now then.
Yeah. We can't talk about this because I'm not a racist.
Yeah, I hate politics as well.
I guess Nooya doesn't know anything about anything.
No, I hate politics. Like, politics is...
Have you ever voted, Nooya?
No. I don't even vote blank. I just, no. Don't vote.
Alright.
I hate it. So
Then you have no right to complain about the state of society.
I'm not. I live my life, and that's fine with me.
Alright.
I don't vote, and I do complain about the state of society.
Yeah, voting is bullshit anyway.
You're a horrible person, Andersen.
But so just briefly, because this question was asked, it might be something we could take up in depth as a topic sometime.
Yeah.
With a guest who is at least a little bit interested in it. I think the European Union is or was a great idea. There is a real need to have sort of a globalized standard and to have similar rules in similar in countries. So like I can buy German meat and I know because of the EU rules that these cows have been treated in a certain way, and there's the food safety laws and etc. are similar, which is important. But then it's kind of expanded to a point where it is now ridiculously, there's way too much of it. Basically the EU has way too much power, and to the point where they override other countries' rules, and like EU what do you call it when you give someone money? Like the fucking...
Loan?
No, not quite. But let's just say like EU welfare, I guess. For farmers, for example.
Oh, the subsidies.
Subsidies, yeah, thank you. Are basically driving farmers to doing really stupid practices now, where they're growing their own kind of crop just because they're gonna get like subsidies for it, or they're buying too many cows, like more than they can house, just because if they get above a certain limit, they'll get more subsidies, that kind of stuff. Which is really stupid, and it's basically just a really corrupt organization at this point.
So good idea, bad system.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, I think the EU is needed, but it's grown way beyond what it should be, in a way.
And as for immigration, I guess all brown people are literally Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
That's the party line in Sweden, right?
Pretty much.
Yep.
If a Swedish person... a white Swedish person and an immigrant apply for the same job, you should give it to the immigrant. Just because he's an immigrant, even though they're equally qualified. Because otherwise you're a racist.
Yeah.
It's not quite like that here in Denmark. Here in Denmark, it's more like fuck all Muslims.
Well, it makes sense with your exports.
I think Denmark as a general is basically the Sweden Democrats. And then we have our own version of that.
Yeah.
And they have the most beautiful party name. They are the Danish People's Party. Dansk Folkeparti.
Oh, we have a People's Party here as well, but they're not like hardcore right-wing. They're like center libertarian kind of.
No, these guys are... They're basically the Danish racist party.
Alright, fair enough.
I think it's interesting in Finland because they have no immigrants at all.
Yeah, pretty much. They're really strict with that shit.
To be fair, who would want to go to Finland?
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people. It's a good country. It's got some really shitty people in it.
Yeah, but I
Finland,
think it's
Finns.
just interesting because like
Yeah,
they don't get shit
that's one
for
of
it
the
either.
That's one of the biggest problems with immigration. That Sweden, per capita, is that how you say it in English? Like per people living in Sweden, we take in like 400% more than the second number, which is Germany, I think, in terms of immigrants. There should be some sort of system, perhaps within the EU, that forces more even distribution, because we are getting ghettos here. Our immigration policy is just broken. Like, it is super broken.
Yeah.
I saw something on that. We talked about this on one of the early podcasts. Some guy who's actually an immigrant himself, who does a thing.
Oh, angry foreigner.
Yeah, and he was talking about that Sweden was literally taking in immigrants that they did not physically have the housing to house.
Yep.
Yeah.
My sister works with immigrant children who come without parents. I'm not sure what the term is in English, but yeah. And they built like a new facility recently, and it's already full. And like they have nowhere to house them now. It's just a fucking crisis, basically. They're just like piling up.
And this is why I don't like politics.
But
it's just like it's ridiculous.
Yeah, but it's perfect to whine about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it's.
If I whine about it, I have an opinion, and then I have to do something with my. I don't know. It's just a hassle.
That is way too responsible an outlook. You can just have an opinion and do nothing. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we need to integrate better, and we need to take in less people, because we're taking in people who already have asylum in other places. Like, people come here and they speak English with like a London accent and that kind of stuff, and they just come here because we have better welfare.
It doesn't
At the same
really.
time,
it doesn't sound real. I mean, it sounds like you're telling jokes.
Yeah. At the same time,
It is a joke.
It's kind of a no-win situation, because you can't fucking turn down people, send them back to Syria where they'll get executed because they're homosexual. Like, that's just inhumane. I can't find it within me to do that.
Well, it's their own
but at the
fault
same
for choosing
time,
to be fags.
We sort of have to prioritize it somehow, and we really need to teach them Swedish, and we need to get them working. We need to not let the ghettos form, because like there's parts of Skåne where Nooya lives. Wow, where Nooya lives. That's basically just fucked now. Like, the police can't go in there because it's just so violent, and there's like gangs and shit.
Yeah.
So
but we can discuss this in more detail.
Sounds like a good topic for some time.
Yes, I agree.
For now, let's let Nooya off the hook.
Yes.
So it's time for our weekly recommendations.
Wait, before we do anything else, Nooya.
Yes.
Do you have any friends who are not white-skinned?
No.
You fucking racist.
Nooya?
Yeah.
Nooya, do you have any friends?
No.
So actually, he's egalitarian.
Okay, to be honest, I do have one friend who is. Actually, no. Never mind. He's actually not my friend anymore. Never mind. I'm done. He was being an asshole, so I don't consider him a friend anymore.
No, that's totally fair. I think that's totally fair.
But I did have one, and I think he is from Belgium. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
What a foreign country.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. So.
No. So wait, he was dark-skinned?
No. He's white, well, skinned, but he's not Swedish.
But that doesn't fucking count.
Well, I'm sorry. Okay, no,
You're racist.
I don't have any.
You're
others.
racist.
I know.
Did you go to school in the same place you live now?
Yes.
Did you have a lot of immigrants in school?
Yes, a lot.
Alright, fair enough.
And you
The
didn't make
place I
friends
moved
with
to
any of them?
recently, like, you go outside here and you look at the schools and it looks like Somalia. Like, everybody's black. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Welcome to Sweden.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So weekly recommendations,
Yeah.
Andersen. Why don't you start?
Sure, I can start. I have something I'm really keen to recommend.
Uh-huh.
And for
Is it
once,
quinoa?
it is a video game.
Oh.
Yes. Last time I streamed Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, I had a boss fight, and I will go on record saying that is literally the most fun fight I've ever had in a video game.
Which one?
Quite possibly the most fun I've had in a video game.
Which one?
Monsoon. the memes
Okay.
guy.
I don't know, but okay.
There might be better fights later on in the game. I don't know. That's as far as I've gone. It's just how over the top the action was, the challenge, how well the music and the dialogue blended in. It just kind of really came together and might be one of the most awesome moments in gaming for me.
All right. That game is super anime, but in
It
a
is.
good way.
It is so anime. I mean, at one point, there's a giant robot, because of course there is, and is launching missiles at you. And your solution is to run on the missiles into its face. I mean, that is kind of the par for the course.
Are you sure it isn't Devil May Cry?
Is Devil May Cry like that?
Kind of.
Kind of. At least 4 is kind of over the top.
Nigga,
but
I
it's
need to
more
play me some Devil May
fantasy.
Cry.
It's fantasy instead of science fiction.
I don't give a
but
shit.
It's kind of similar.
And fun.
Sounds
I
like
think Revengeance plays better though.
sounds like I need to
from
play
what
me
I've
some
heard.
Devil May Cry as well.
I've only watched Ska stream Revengeance. And
Not Lewis. Lewis like fucking 100% of that game.
Oh, he did?
On
Yeah.
hardest.
I just
no upgrades.
remember like I saw Ska do it, and it looks like your typical
Hack and slash beat
hack
'em
and
up
slash
kind of.
shitty game. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, if you like the Devil May Cry, you should probably like Revengeance because it's basically the
yeah,
same
but
game.
it's like
except better.
I liked Devil May Cry. I don't like Devil May Cry 4 today because
Yeah,
today
fair
it
enough.
is basically just a button masher.
All right.
But Revengeance just like it just reminds me of that, and it's like
Yeah, I
just
mean it's the
mash
same
buttons.
genre. It's like Bayonetta or something like that as
Yeah,
well, or
yeah.
God of War even. But God of War is so shit. Anyway, fair enough. Nooya, do you have a thing to recommend?
It's not really a recommendation of the week, but I am gonna recommend speedrunning. And that's a broad... No. Okay, let me
Alright.
get into detail.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a broad recommendation,
Yeah.
but for people who don't know, I guess we'll go into detail as well later. If you really enjoy a game and you want to get more replay value out of a game, like basically indefinite replay value, you have to have some dedication obviously, but if you want to get replay value out of a single player game where you normally can't really get it, definitely try out speedrunning. And again, we'll get into more detail later, I guess.
All right.
So I'll
So you
explain
recommend
like, why
people
speedrunning
try
is
it? Not do you not recommend perhaps watching it first, seeing if it's anything that seems interesting?
Yes, definitely. There are a lot of speedruns. There's probably a speedrun for your favorite game.
Almost definitely.
People who are listening, like basically every game. There's not a lot of games which you can speedrun. An auto-scrolling game, like a game that auto-scrolls from start to end, there's probably a way to speedrun that. Trust me.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, all right, fair enough. My recommendation is going to be inspired by you, Nooya. And I'm going to recommend that people who have not, or people who have and wish to re-experience it, go and play Banjo-Kazooie. That game is amazing.
Yeah, my second recommendation was actually going to be buy Rare Replay.
Yeah, exactly. Like, do it. Do it, faggot.
Yes.
Or just, like, download an emulator and play it on PC.
Or do that, yeah, that's free.
Yeah,
So.
it's so good. I mean, it's Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie have to be my favorite Nintendo 64 games and like my top 10 games of all time somewhere.
I haven't
They are
actually
just so
never played
perfect games. I
Banjo-Tooie.
love them.
I've never played Banjo-Tooie, but I'm gonna do that as well.
Yeah. Andersen, have you ever played Banjo-Kazooie? Let me guess. No.
I'm gonna check now if I have it, because I have like 1 million ROMs downloaded. You said it's a 65, 65.
64, yeah. Nintendo 64. If you downloaded a pack and it's not in there, you need to fix that.
That's a
pack.
bad pack.
That's
You should
broken.
just like
Yeah.
remove that pack from the world and
Yeah.
get another one because it's gonna be in there.
No, it was
Exactly.
6,666 games. It's in there.
Oh.
I have
Right.
both Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie.
Cool.
Cool. You should try them at some point. They're really
Definitely.
fun. Or just watch Nooya streams because they're also really fun.
They're like that generation, that whole thing with basically 3D platformers, right?
Yeah, it's basically Mario 64 on crack.
I didn't play that.
And like perfected.
Yes, exactly. I was gonna say that. Like, take Mario, 8-bit Mario, with air control, like the way you can control your character in the air, the way stuff feels fluent, very rewarding in terms of like stuff that makes sounds. When you complete stuff, you get a really satisfying feeling. Like your character
Yeah.
does a little dance, he holds the jigsaw, it's funny, and then the
It
bird
sounds silly,
eats
but
the
these
jigsaw,
things
like-
are like so important to the
Exactly.
to the gameplay.
Exactly.
Just the sound and music of that game. Like if you're into game design, you should just study that game.
Definitely.
One of the really cool things about it is that every single song in that game is based on the main theme. It's just like using different instruments and a different
it's
rhythm.
amazing. Like, actually, that thing didn't hit me until I streamed it now. I didn't
Yeah.
realize, like, okay, they're using the exact same tune, but it's just like with different instruments.
Yeah, it's
That's
really
amazing.
cool. And yeah, all the sounds and everything in that game is fucking amazing.
If you want, I'm gonna recommend. Also, not recommend, but like, I just want to say this as well. My absolute favorite OST, or like official soundtrack, I guess,
Original
ever
soundtrack.
is
But yeah.
Bomberman 64.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I only remember that game having like sirens going off.
Oh my god, that soundtrack is so fucking good. It's just barely above Crypt of the Necrodancer, though.
All right. Fair enough.
Barely. And after
Fair
that,
enough.
it's like all the Zelda games, obviously. They have amazing music as well. But like in terms of like the entire game, like
Alright.
Bomberman 64 is absolutely amazing.
Bomberman 64 is kind of bad though, isn't it?
I didn't
Like, the
I
game
didn't
itself
dislike
is...
it. It has the same
Well-
like Nintendo 64 platform feeling for me.
All right, fair enough.
A bit skewed.
It felt a bit more unpolished than some of the others.
Definitely, definitely.
It's more on par with like Donkey Kong 64 than it is with Banjo-Kazooie, in my opinion.
But it's also very rewarding because the game is fucking difficult. It's so
Yeah.
difficult. Like
Yeah.
you kill yourself so easily. You
I
have
really
one...
missed out on a lot not growing up with consoles.
Oh my
Yeah,
god! If you
I suppose
you
so.
didn't have a Nintendo 64 when you were a kid?
My first console ever was when I was 18. I bought a PS2 for myself.
Oh my god! I feel bad.
I never had a Nintendo 64 either. I just played it
Really?
with friends. Yeah, I played it with friends. I had a PlayStation
How
at
did
the
you
same time,
not
pretty much.
enjoy Ocarina of Time when you were a kid?
I did, man. I spent like every afternoon at my friend's house.
I didn't
Oh,
have
right,
friends
okay.
that had consoles either. I didn't have friends.
I was about to click the disconnect button on the Skype call.
I'm sorry to hear that, Anderson. You missed
It's,
out playing like co-op and stuff as well, then.
Yeah, I've really missed out on a ton of stuff. Basically, anything console, I probably haven't played it.
All right. Right. What's next?
Next
We're moving on to our topics, are we?
is the topics of the week.
All right. Well, this one is related to what Nooya was just talking about: speedrunning.
And let's be fair, this was the first thing that popped into both our heads when we decided to have Nooya on.
Of course.
Nooya!
Nooya, let me start by asking you something that is semi-related, I suppose.
Yes.
A while ago, like a year ago now, maybe a little bit more, I don't even know. You basically took a break from streaming because you were just speedrunning all day, every day.
Yes. Pretty much.
You recently, in this podcast, you said that you're gonna get back into speedrunning.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna... Okay.
Does this mean you're gonna stop streaming again?
No. I am getting back into speedrunning because I took a break from speedrunning because it is very frustrating, as I said before. To me, because of the game, I've chosen to speedrun.
Okay, why?
I'm getting back into it because... And that just basically means I'm de-rusting. I'm learning like new stuff that was found while I was gone. But I am not gonna stop streaming. Definitely not.
Okay, that's good to hear.
And also the thing I want to say, which is not really related to this, but I didn't stop streaming because of speedrunning.
Well, yeah.
I stopped streaming for other reasons, but I won't go into detail. It's
Yeah,
just...
fair enough. But you were like streaming a lot of speedrunning.
I was, definitely.
People kind of got sick of it, and
Yes.
you were like you moved to your own channel, and
Yep.
yeah. Anyway, all right. So Anderson, what do you want to know about speedrunning?
Ask me anything.
Okay,
AMA.
how do I win at speedrunning?
You, well, do you have a specific game?
No, just all of them.
All of them. You can't. No.
What's the strategy to get good?
Okay, I guess I'll explain speedrunning.
How do I get good without spending a lot of time on practicing?
You can't. That is probably
Drugs.
not impossible.
Or cheating? Drugs or some sort of program that does it for you?
Oh man,
There is programs.
I
but they
remember
are
a
not legit.
speedrun. A guy who used to be a streamer on Dopelives, I believe it was him, called I'm Greg.
Oh,
He
yeah.
did was it a Mega Man speedrun?
No,
Yes.
Sonic.
Sonic, and it was just really good. It was really frame perfect and everything. And the chat was just, oh my god, I'm really impressed. And then at the end of it, he revealed that he hadn't actually been speedrunning, he'd just been playing a tool-assisted speedrun.
No
Yeah,
hands.
he just like moved his hands away from the keyboard, showed them to the webcam. Hey guys,
No hands.
no hands, and the game just kept playing. It was so fucking good.
Actually, I just brought up tool-assisted speedrun. What the hell is a tool-assisted speedrun, Nooya?
A tool-assisted speedrun is a speedrun done frame by frame. Imagine if you have a frozen screen, you have a controller in your hand, and you do an input. An input is basically I hold forward and I press A. That's an input. It's two inputs, but in one frame.
Yeah.
And then I tell my program, okay, advance a frame, and it's gonna advance a frame while I hold forward and press A. The next frame, say in Zelda's case, he's gonna start rolling, most likely. So now he's rolling. Now I can, on the next frame, adjust, okay, do I want to hold the stick maybe slightly more to the right, slightly more to the left, or completely drop it and hold backwards or something, because I don't want to go too far.
Can
Then I do that adjustment, let another frame pass, do that for like, say, I don't know, 20, well not 20 frames, let's say 8 frames. Then you have completed a roll. In time, that might take 2-3 minutes. In real time, that's barely half a second.
Yeah, and all the while this has been recorded, so then you play it back. It basically does the inputs at the exact frames.
So,
and once it's played in real time, you're making not just a roll, you're making the perfect exact roll that lands exactly where you need to go.
So am I wrong to say that a tool-assisted speedrun is basically cheating?
Yes. No, because tool-assisted speedrunning is a category in itself.
Exactly.
It's not a... Okay, I speedrun something called any percent, and I speedrun real-time, or RTA, real-time attack, kind of. And those are, like, tool-assisted speedruns are not allowed within those categories.
Yeah, it's basically you're cheating in the same way you're cheating because you're playing or you're racing Formula 1 instead of running a lap. Like,
exactly, yeah.
They're different sports.
Yeah.
So
and also, I just want to say, if there's any speedrunner who ever listens to this podcast, I don't know anything about tasking. So I'm just like, I can only talk from my experience with it, but that's what I knew about
I did it a little bit.
You did?
While trying to figure out the routes on a game I was speedrunning.
Yeah.
Because like the emulator I was using, it was really easy to just do it and see exactly what the frame perfect would look like. It's really time consuming. Like it takes maybe like, I don't know, 3 to 4 minutes or something to record 30 seconds.
Yeah, and that's not the only thing, because then you hit a point where there's RNG involved, and RNG, as we know, everyone loves. Everyone loves RNG, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Of course. Praise Chris.
Exactly. I mean, RNG is the best thing in the world. In tasking, RNG is the devil, basically. Because let
me just say, RNG is random number generator.
Yes.
Just anything random that happens.
Yes. When you do a section, say you enter... Okay, I'm going to take an example. You enter a temple in Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
You obviously want to do optimized movement, because that's the fastest way to do it, obviously. Yep. You get to a pair of, say, 2 pots. The pots have a 1 in 5 of dropping bombs, and the other pot has a 1 in 8 of dropping bombs, for example. You then have to do that segment, get to the bombs, hit them. Did they drop bombs? No? Okay, redo the whole segment.
And change one frame somewhere.
Exactly. On some games, like Zelda, the RNG is, I think, decided when you enter the room you're in. So if you want to redo it, like redo the RNG, you have to go outside again, redo that entire segment up to that point where you're at the pots and hitting them, and see if you get bombs. And you do that until you get most likely bomb drops.
You don't have to do it quite so tediously though, because you can sort of save the inputs you did and then like copy paste them on top of the other recording, that kind of stuff.
I don't know how advanced the task programs are, but when I watched someone do this in Twilight Princess, he did this for, I think, 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
For 30 minute segment. 30 seconds.
Yeah, you let the game clock advance another second, and then suddenly the random number variable is changed. So
not even like a second.
A
frame.
But
there's and that's tasking, or tool assisted speedrun.
Tool assisted speedrun.
But I do real time attack, or I think RTA stands for real time attack.
Which is where you basically just play the game and try to be fast. Right?
Yes, I play the game and I try to complete it as fast as possible within a given rule set.
Yeah, for example, you couldn't do a glitch that lets you win immediately. You have
Exactly.
To use some,
Unless it's stated in the rules that is something that is definitely legit, which is like I speedrun Zelda Majora's Mask, and we have a thing that we kinda almost had working, which is called Moon Warp. We know not boundaries. What are they called? The numbers,
limits?
I guess. There's like specific numbers in code that we need to apply to be able to warp to the moon. We know exactly how to do it, and we were very close to figuring it out. Doing it in a real-time attack, however, might be almost impossible. But we almost had it figured out, but it still didn't quite work. And we're stuck there right now. We've been for like half a year. But if we did that, we could probably reduce the run, which is now 1 minute 25:52. I think the world record is
1 hour.
1 hour 25 minutes. You can complete the entire Majora's Mask from start to finish, and you're in town for the first 22 minutes. So after that, that's when it really picks off. Yeah. But if we could do that and Moon Warp, we could probably finish the game in 35 minutes, I'd say.
Yeah, but then what happens, or what can happen, is that it might split into two categories then.
Yes, exactly.
There will be one category that, like one competition that is with the Moon Warp and one that is without the Moon Warp, because people practice that for so long. And
that's why we have different categories in terms of, like, we have 100% categories, which is complete everything within this given rule set instead. So like Majora's Mask rule set for any percent, which is the broadest category, I guess, within speedrunning, because it's the most common one. Any percent is basically, for Majora's Mask, it's you start when you pick your file, a fresh file, in the file selection menu, and the timer ends when you hit the last swing on Majora's Wrath, which is the third phase of Majora. But you have to hit
you don't have to
hit.
do all the bosses. You can skip whatever you can skip.
Exactly. If you could somehow teleport from all the way down to where you land after you get thrown off your horse in below Clocktown, if you could somehow teleport from there to Majora's fight, third phase, last hit, and do the last hit, that would be a legit run.
Yeah.
But as we know of now, we can't do that. And
it's kind of interesting that Majora's Mask, a game that's so old, when was it released? 15 years ago or something?
Something like that. I don't know exactly.
I don't know exactly either, but a very long time ago. It's still, like, they're still working like crazy on that, discovering new glitches and shit.
I stopped speedrunning now for almost like half a year, and the route has had 3 significant glitches since I stopped. Like, it's a very active thing. Speedrunning really is never dead. Look at Ocarina of Time. It was out for 11 years, and the run was, any percent run of Ocarina of Time was about 42 minutes, I think. And then a glitch was found where you can warp from Goma's room, which is the first boss in the Deku Tree. You can warp from there to Ganon's castle just after you kill Ganon.
So like from the first to the final boss or something.
Yes, exactly. And that was figured out recently, while the game had been out for like 11 years. Well, not recently, but at that point. Yeah. So
that's really cool. They really put the games to their test.
And as I said before, it gives a game a lot of replay value.
Yeah.
Yes. But again, to answer your question, Andersen, you asked, like, can you pick up speedrunning and can you speedrun right now? Yes, you can. You probably can't do it as well as you want to do it. Well, that also depends.
Obviously, no one can do it as well as they want to do it.
Is there a difference between speedrunning and playing a game quickly?
Yes,
is it just the level of speed? Like,
there is definitely a difference, because if you don't know, like, for example, Majora's Mask, I'm going to take that as an example because the best game I know. If you try to play Majora's Mask quickly, it's called glitchless, basically. Because if you don't know anything, but that's also like, it's also like a difference, because if you know any glitches, then you can definitely use the glitches, and that makes it faster. But if you don't know any glitches, it's called glitchless.
I think out of the speedrunning I've watched a few GDQs, or some of it. I always find glitchless the most appealing, the most impressive.
Depends on the game for me.
I mean, glitchless requires a lot more in terms of movement. Like, if you do glitchless, you basically, the only thing you can optimize is, first of all, your menu management, like making sure you equip items correctly. You don't like over, what's it called? Like move the cursor too far. Make sure you like don't roll too little. Make sure you're like moving at optimum speed. Stuff like that. But when it comes
but you also gotta learn to beat all the bosses in the legit way.
Exactly. Like optimizing stuff in terms of movement.
But that's the thing. To me, glitchless, you're doing the game as fast as possible. Whereas if you're using warp glitches, you're not doing the game, you're bypassing the game.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
So I'm not saying it's wrong, because I'm obviously objectively wrong, but just to my mindset, what appeals to me,
there's nothing wrong with your opinion.
No,
I mean, if you prefer to watch a game glitchless, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you watch Super Mario 64 speedruns with glitches, they skip everything. They play like one level and then they glitch up the stairs and kill Bowser.
Same with using out of bounds glitches. It's like, well, yeah, but you're not actually playing the game, at least
exactly.
to my eyes.
You're just moving around like the geometry you're not supposed to be able to.
Yeah.
I see what you mean.
I saw last year a Commander Keen speedrun that took like 4 minutes.
Yeah, but then isn't 100% better? Because then you still can use glitches to like speed up sections and skip dialogue and that kind of stuff. While at the same time you still have to do everything in the game. You gotta collect all the items and kill all the bosses.
Yeah, I guess. I'd say glitchless is better than glitched, but 100% glitched is better than any percent glitched. To me, I mean, look, I've watched maybe, I don't think I've watched 50 hours of speedruns.
Yeah, that's a lot though. But yeah,
it totally
depends on the game for me. Some games are like just super boring to watch glitched in my opinion, like Legend of Zelda on the SNES. I forget what it's called. Link's Awakening.
Yeah,
I think
Link's Awakening. No, I think you mean Link to the Past.
I don't know, whatever. There's like one glitch where you can like walk over pits by doing something strange, like you walk sideways over pits, and they just skip the entire fucking game with that shit, and then they like save and exit and like respawn in places, and I don't know. There's just like nothing.
To me, it also depends on the level of the glitch or trick, because like if there's a platforming segment and you can like do a damage boost or something and bypass all of that.
Yeah, that's not necessarily a glitch, but yeah, I know what you mean.
That's fine by me, but
yeah, that's a cool trick.
But if you can somehow
like if there's,
warp past an entire level, that's not cool.
Yeah.
So you don't like Great Bay Temple in Majora's Mask, where you clip into the wall instantly and just bomb jump your way to the boss room instantly?
If I have to be honest, I don't think I've watched 3 minutes of Majora's Mask.
Okay.
Wow.
Well,
how have you even managed to miss that?
Yeah, there's a temple, as I said, called Great Bay Temple, which is also kind of referred to as Water Temple. Mm-hmm. In the start there, you can. I'm gonna explain it as briefly as I can. You backwalk to a ledge, you hold target, you drop a bomb, you turn into Sora as the camera adjusts, you hold up left, then you press target, and as soon as you press target, your character starts moving because you're holding up right. You press A, so when he grabs the ledge that he's now grabbing from doing the movement, you drop and you're now into the wall. Then you can target, side hop twice, do a little bit of adjustment, aim a little bit, turn around, do a bomb recoil, which is you shielding a bomb, and backflipping on the last possible frame, and you're in the boss room.
Alright, that sounded super complicated.
It is. It's not really, because when you've done it once, it's okay, I know how to do this.
See, it's impressive, but I have to say...
But to watch it might be kind of boring, because he just went through the wall instead of doing the challenges.
No offense, finding that glitch to me is a hell of a lot more impressive than executing.
I definitely agree there. It's also a thing. Like you have to also consider the fact that one glitch in itself. I mean, I can learn that, and I can do that like 100 times over if I want to. If I want to learn that one glitch, but doing an entire run that is 1 hour and 30 minutes of glitch after glitch after glitch after glitch. It's a lot of learning to do. There's a lot of something we refer to as frame perfect inputs, which is on the frame you have to click A, or on the frame you have to use this item.
Yeah, one frame link.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, one frame window, basically.
Yeah. But
that's fighting game terminology. That's a one frame link is also a frame perfect input.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I mean, there's a lot to explore with speedrunning. But I think we might be getting a bit too deep into the terminology.
I have to say, to my mind, and again, no offense here, I feel like a game like Majora's Mask, kind of an adventure game, is a weird game to speedrun.
Yeah,
because when I think speedrunning, I immediately think platformers. I think like Sonic or Mega Man or Volgar the Viking, like stuff like that.
Or even something like a Half-Life.
Yeah, or first-person games. Those seem like speedrun games.
The thing about Majora's Mask is there's like a lot of dialogue you have to skip through and
there's
sit
a
through
lot of
every
dialogue,
single time.
And it sounds annoying as fuck. I remember that from catching a minute of a series.
But you also have to keep in mind that if you did, okay, I'm gonna say this because it's funny. The 80% speedrun has about 30 minutes of actual gameplay.
Yeah, which is
out of 1 hour
that's
and
like
30
the problem
minutes.
with it, in my opinion.
Yeah, and like, but the thing is, if you did 30 minutes of active glitching and nothing else in a row, you would probably pass out. It's very, like, okay, this might just be me personally, but I get very nervous when I speedrun. If I know I'm on a really good run and I'm about to get a really good time, I get very nervous. And a lot of glitches, as I said, require a lot of precise inputs and a lot of precise way to play.
How far behind are you?
So when you get nervous, that directly impacts it.
But that doesn't really have anything to do with the amount of dialogue, though.
Nooya,
no,
how far behind are you?
Me? Right now I have 1 hour 35 minutes. So I'm 10 minutes behind the world record, but I haven't PB'd in a year or so.
What position were you in as highest?
I was highest, I was 11, I think.
Ah, that's really
That's
cool.
pretty significant.
Yeah. It's kind of a big...
Well, I guess, I don't know, maybe...
I don't think so.
That depends. I mean, are there 12 Majora's Mask speedrunners? Then it's maybe not so
actively right now, there's about 15. But as I said, I haven't PB'd in a year, so my time is very outdated.
Alright. Anyway, I think we'll leave speedrunning behind.
I just want to summarize something for the people who are listening who don't know a lot about speedrunning. As I said before, speedrunning is something you do if you want to have replay value of a game, and you are I want to say overachiever, but it's not really an overachiever. It's more like accomplishing personal goals, kinda. Because if you like a game and you want to get more out of the game, you play that. But then you realize when you're speedrunning, when you're trying to learn to speedrun, it's gonna require a lot of work. I put so much time into Majora's Mask, and that's what I want to just say. Because if you want to learn to speedrun, be prepared to put a lot of time into it. So that's why it's like you kind of need to be an overachiever or like really dedicated to achieve something.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
You should know though, because I think you gave up on Shovel Knight.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
it got too glitchy.
Yeah,
then I did. But yeah.
But yeah, let's leave it at that. I don't. Yeah. Again, I think we talked about this for 20 minutes now.
Yeah, I mean, for people who care, it's probably interesting, but for people who don't, it's probably not. Anyway, our next topic, Sir Andersen.
Yeah.
What exactly does this even mean?
Nooya, are you back to work yet?
Yes.
Yeah, dope. You're back to school, right?
Yeah.
So you both had summer holiday.
Yeah.
I suppose.
What did you do during it?
What do you mean, suppose? You were fucking at Dopecon.
Yeah, but I mean, I always have holiday.
Oh, right. What I did in my holidays? Well, the significant thing is only Dopecon, really. Because other than that, I just play games and
so you
do what I want to do.
You stayed at home playing game, except for Dopecon,
yes, exactly,
where you went somewhere else and played games.
Yeah, pretty much.
I like the cut of your jib.
I mean, that's like the only big thing that really happened was Dopecon. But again, that was like a big thing, and it's the best thing.
Yeah, same for me. I also moved, so that was kind of a big thing, I guess.
Oh yeah,
but
how did your...
Yeah, I didn't do anything else really.
Are you done with moving?
Yeah.
Everything like is everything
Still
set up?
some unpacking to do, but fuck that, it's boring. I'd rather record podcasts and play video games.
Yes, exactly.
So Andersen, what did you do during the summer?
I mostly played video games.
I told you this was a shit topic.
I had a couple of days with friends doing nothing but nerd gaming, playing miniature games. And this past Thursday, I was at an animal park, like a zoo safari park thing.
Did you see any dead animals?
Dead animals?
Yeah.
No, I saw a lot of live animals.
Oh, okay.
Boring.
Monkeys, birds.
I mean,
lions.
what's the fun in that? I can see internet. I can see animals on the internet.
What were you doing at an animal park? That's such a strange thing. Like, what is this? The fucking 70s or something?
Just went, as an experience. Okay, to be fair, my girlfriend.
Okay, wait.
My girlfriend really wanted to go.
Yeah. Okay. So you were there with someone and you did it for them.
Partially.
Yes and no. I originally agreed to it because she really wanted to go, and what the hell? Sure, it might be fun.
Did she decide like you're not gonna get any sex before we've done this?
No, she's not like that at
Please.
all. Not even close.
I thought like there's like a red line or something.
No.
Here.
No,
I mean, it's not like it's terrible to go to a fucking zoo, Nooya. Please.
I've been there. It's warm. It's weird.
She wanted to go. I thought, it'll make her happy. Fine, I'll go. It might be fun. And then as it got closer and closer, I actually started getting excited for it. And I've
been to one zoo ever.
On the day, it was kind of more, I guess, outdoorsy than a zoo. There wasn't a lot of concrete. It was a lot of like a
It's
big,
more like a safari tour thing.
Kinda, yeah.
I guess.
There was an option to go on like a safari in cars linked together. It was kind of weird. We didn't do that. We just walked around.
It's like
That's
in
pretty
Jurassic
cool. Was
Park.
it like dangerous animals?
I mean, it was literally everything from emperor tamarins, which are tiny, cute little monkeys, to adult lions.
Whoa, that's cool.
Like,
Okay, that's different.
I was
like,
on
when you say zoo, I think about like, okay, this is a.
It's like a museum, but with animals.
Yeah, no.
It's like animals in cages and they're probably living horribly, and I don't know. It's just why would I watch this? Because
this place
I'm supposed to feel bad for them. That's how I feel.
This place runs at a deficit of several million Danish crowns a year. It's funded by some rich guy, and the reason it runs at such a strong deficit is because the animals' welfare comes first. At one point, we were walking on a boardwalk. With the railings, of course, and we were looking for animals, and there were no animals in the enclosure below us. And then we just hear this loud
T-Rex.
And we continue towards the sound like 300 meters, and we're looking directly down onto two lions roaring.
Cool.
Why are they roaring?
Why they were roaring? Just because to, I don't know, mark their territory, communicate.
Were they fighting?
No.
They're lions. They don't give a shit.
And
Okay.
later we were right next to a cage. Like there was a meter between us and the actual fence, where there was a tiger and its 3 cubs.
I mean, I can see why that is interesting because that's surreal to us,
Or
especially to us Swedes.
Or maybe when we walked inside the enclosure, like literally inside with the animals, with the squirrel monkeys. By the way, you've seen a squirrel monkey in your childhood. I'm sure you've seen a squirrel monkey.
What? Why? What?
Because Herr Nilsson is a squirrel monkey.
Oh. I thought you meant in real life. But yeah, okay, fair enough.
But yeah,
But
we were like
again,
in an
I can
enclosure where
see-
23 of those just crawling everywhere.
Yeah,
I can see why
I can
that's,
sort of see the
interesting.
charm in it, but it feels like something you do for kids almost. Like going to the zoo is such a weird thing. I don't know.
I mean,
It
I
just
would
seems
kinda
like
do that.
fucking bizarre going to the zoo. Like, why? What?
Yeah,
I mean,
I
I
was
would-
feeling kind of the same before I actually went, but we plan to go next year again, and I'm really looking forward to it, actually.
I don't know. Doing it twice, I don't probably like the same place.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Like, I could definitely do it once, and like, because as I said, it's a surreal experience because we don't have lions here, and like just seeing them in person, that would be
It's
pretty
amazing,
Cool, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Once.
very cool.
But at
But
the same
doing
time,
it, like,
and
several times?
this is probably why it's not comfortable for you, based on your own description of your lifestyle. You also get outside, you walk a lot, you get a lot of sun. It's really nice. I mean, I don't get a day out in the sun very often, so for me it's a treat.
I mean, I don't. Okay, just to clarify, I don't mind the sun. I just hate people. That's all I hate.
So the zoo would be perfect.
Oh,
It's just a bunch of fucking
also,
animals.
we deliberately
They don't ask me weird questions about politics.
we deliberately went on a Thursday rather than during the weekend because we
That's
didn't
smart.
want to have to take a scythe to 7,000 screaming kids.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
very smart.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can kind of get the zoo, but it feels sort of like visiting a museum. It's something I wouldn't do like in my hometown. If I'm on vacation, I'd go to a museum. I mean, I went to like London Museum and stuff, but
I mean, we drove an
I
hour
don't
and a
know.
half to get there.
it's kind of weird. But yeah, all right, fair enough. That's a good experience for you. You're the only one who's done anything significant other than Dopecon during the
I
summer.
can't believe none of us have done like the classical stuff, like been to the beach or something, been on a picnic.
That's not significant, even if I would have.
Did you?
Which you weren't.
Which I didn't, obviously. I don't think I've been in the water this year,
Yeah, me either.
so...
I mean, yeah, I was. I was
Oh.
actually in Denmark.
Oh?
We were at Bakken.
What the fuck's that?
You don't know what Bakken is?
Nope.
What?
Is that a water park?
Andersen, tell him.
In Copenhagen?
Yes.
Oh.
What?
That's really hard to explain. It's like this big.
Is it like a Roman bathhouse?
No, not at all. It's like a big open area, and it has like wild animals as well, a few. And
What?
What?
it does, and it also has.
I think we're talking about like different
bunch
places.
of rides. It's really hard to
So-
describe.
It's like Skara Sommerland?
Kinda. I mean, it's just like a fucking a place where you ride attractions.
Amusement park.
Yes.
But with water?
But animals? What? I don't get it, Andersen.
Yeah,
There's no animals.
there's like a big green area as well where there are animals.
I missed this completely.
Yeah, so did I when I was there when I was a kid. But apparently that's how it is.
Wow, I had no idea.
So it's like Tivoli or something?
I didn't know
Yeah,
you.
kinda.
I didn't know you could go swimming there though, or bathing.
We didn't swim.
But you just said you went
You
swimming.
said you were in the water.
No. What? No.
Yes,
No, I
you
didn't.
did.
Did I?
We were talking about being in the
I was
water.
never in the
and then
water
you were
this
like,
year.
Oh,
me
actually,
neither.
I was.
Actually, I was at Bakken.
Oh well. I was talking about like just something else I did.
Oh, fair enough.
This is why it was so fucking confusing.
Oh, sorry.
You knobhead.
Well, I was there. That's like the other only significant thing I really did.
So was that a family outing?
Yes, with my dad and my brother, and his kid.
Fun?
No, a lot of people. And again, I hate people. I mean, it was enjoyable.
Your feet hurt, you're nauseous, you wish
Yes,
you were home
I mean,
playing video
and
games.
And then I have to sit like at the ride home, and everyone is just tired, and it's
Yeah,
awful.
of course.
And you can't shake that feeling that you could be raiding right now.
Exactly. I actually. That's funny you say that because I was late for my raid. I was like, "Are we home yet?" Kinda. I know when I was like when we're gonna get home.
Christ almighty.
Kinda, but I
man.
was still like, I'm gonna be a
You
bit late.
fucking spaz.
And the funny thing is, I have raided like an hour from now on, so that's why like I tried to make this
Yeah,
podcast
it was very
slightly
recording
earlier.
early today because you're
Yeah.
raiding afterward.
I'm sorry, I'm a terrible person.
Terrible. Right, the next topic on our list is the site, Dopelives.com. It has been redesigned.
And holy
Also,
shit.
wait. Before we move on, just one thing.
No.
Andersen,
Yes.
why were you not at Dopecon?
We actually already went over this on the episode with Kieran, but basically, I couldn't afford it, and then when someone offered to pay with me, I'd already made other plans.
Why didn't you kill someone and steal their money?
Because law enforcement.
Bad.
Right,
reason.
no, you just deflated my hype, you dick!
I'm sorry.
You kind
The
of
new Dopelives.com redesign is launched, and the site is very beautiful.
You can resize the chat.
You can resize everything. It's just great. It's
it's
much
really
better than
good.
before.
It's really good.
So, just, I guess, announcement, if you haven't been there, if you watch the stream elsewhere, or if you don't watch the stream, I'm not sure why you would listen to this, but go to dopelives.com, check out the new site, and a big thanks to Ezid and Xfoam and Flibbin and Seagull and everybody else who helped out. Thank
The
you.
new site is roughly 400,000 million trillion billion times better.
About something like that.
Yes.
A bit more, I think, but
I like it a lot.
yes, I definitely agree.
It's great. The new player is also much better than the previous one we had.
And I really appreciate the fact that we actually did a well, not we, they, people who are involved in this, did a poll, because they introduced me to the current on-demand system, which I found really, really good.
Yeah, the on-demand is great, and we also have chat replay now. If you want to actually
that is so amazing.
Read the chats during the on-demand.
Yeah, when they said that, I remember some of my favorite moments of the stream is like the Garry's Mod videos. I still love those, and if I could relive that moment with the chat, I would kill a baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's a good thing you can't then.
I wouldn't kill a baby out of rage. I would kill a baby. I would kill a baby to get that. That's what I'm saying.
Don't you kill babies almost daily?
Well, that's beside the point.
I mean, we all masturbate.
Oh. That's true. But the on-demand system was really good, and I am glad we did this, because if they didn't do the poll,
Jesus,
I wouldn't know.
Yeah. All right, that's pretty much it on that topic, I think. Just really happy with the new site, and it's pretty fucking great. I like it a lot.
I agree.
So, next topic. Nooya.
Yes.
You are a big man.
Mm-hmm.
But
a fat nerd.
I believe you used to be bigger.
Yes, definitely.
Our next topic is weight loss.
Ooh.
Since I believe all three of us have certain weight issues, and at least some of us are trying to combat them.
Mm-hmm. Aren't you?
Yeah, kind of. I don't know. I'm lazy.
But you're doing the diet thing, or is that not for weight loss?
Yeah, partially.
Okay, alright.
But yeah, I mean...
it's partially for weight loss, or as in you're partially doing the diet?
No, it's partially for weight loss.
Are you doing it to get the healthier lifestyle?
Yeah, I don't want to get diabetes and shit. And also my blood pressure and cholesterol is all out of whack.
Okay.
I'm taking medicine for my cholesterol, so
okay.
It was about time to change my diet.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. But yeah, so Nooya, I think you're probably the most dramatic or something, whatever you want to call it.
I guess
weight loss
so.
person here.
I mean, definitely. I mean, I guess I was definitely one of the biggest, if between us three at least.
I don't know how big you were back then.
I was.
For people who don't know, why don't you tell us what happened?
Exactly. So I was at a point in my life. It's gonna sound like emo as fucking I'm searching for dramatic. I don't know, but
yeah, it's fine.
I was.
We all know you're a bit emo.
Yeah. I was at a point where I was very big. Let's just say very big.
Let's not say that. Let's say some fucking measurements.
Let's put a number on it.
Yeah.
A number? Okay. I was 170 kilograms.
Jesus.
Yes. So it was
very big.
I think very big is apt.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I didn't see it that way. When I saw myself, I see myself in the mirror every day. Or, I saw myself in the mirror every day at that point. Yeah. And I was like, I haven't really gotten bigger. But when you see yourself in the mirror every day, you don't really think of it like that.
Yeah. Because you don't have anything to compare it to.
You don't see the small changes.
Exactly.
And over time, I got a picture from 1 year to the next year. I realized just how insane it was.
So how did you gain all that weight?
I don't know. I do.
Were you just eating unhealthy and not
ate
exercising?
a lot of food. I didn't do any kind of exercise whatsoever. I basically live exactly the same lifestyle I do now, except that there's something different.
Yeah. So were you like a fat kid?
Yes, definitely.
I was
sense, I had very that's why I hate people right now as well. I think a big part of it at least.
Right.
And I don't I have bad self-confidence, even though I'm a streamer, which is very weird because I'm a streamer, but it's also the same as I said before. I'm safe behind my screen.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. You come off really charismatic. You're you're opening and welcoming and friendly, but it's different in real life, of course.
Yeah, and I remember the first DopeCon, I was so fucking terrified. Okay, what's gonna happen? How are people gonna react? What are we gonna say? And it was really fucking awkward for the first like 5 minutes, but then everything was just gone.
Yeah. I don't think this year it wasn't even awkward for 5
No,
minutes.
no,
I think everything just started
slightly,
rolling
like,
immediately.
there were some new people. I know Keird, like...
Yeah, like when we're doing introductions, some people refuse to give their names. Like, what the fuck?
I tried to talk Swedish to him, and he's Swedish, but he didn't say anything. Like, nothing.
Yeah.
Is like, okay, can he actually not talk?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I mean, but that happens no matter what,
I mean,
really.
nerves. And like, I know this because I've been through it many times. So
Yeah.
I just go with it. Like, I just keep talking to them until they just let loose, because I know that's how it works.
Yeah.
But as I said, I was 170 kilograms. I was very big, and it was at that point that I had tried 7 different diets. I think I had tried something. There was one part which I remember the most because it was fucking horrible. You went up like 5 in the morning to go out for a walk, because that's when you have like, it has the best effect on you or something.
That burns fat instead of like the food in your belly.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
Or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I drank something that resembled sperm, I feel. It was horrible. It was something that you mix it with water, and then you put some really, really, really sour thing in there. And like you ate a lemon. It was ridiculous, and like ginger and stuff like that. Into a drink. Drink that, and then after that you mix a white powder with water, and it literally looked exactly like sperm.
So did you manage to stick to these kind of diets, or
I stuck to that for like 2 months because my mom forced me. I had no choice. She did it with me, but she didn't drink the bullshit thing I was drinking, but she did go out with walk for me, and I'm really thankful for that, because
right.
I don't know. I don't know where I would be if I did. She wasn't there for me, at least.
Yeah, makes sense.
And again, this is not like, I'm not saying this because I want like dramatic attention or anything like that.
It's fine. Nobody's judging you.
Yeah. But I'm glad she was there, definitely. But then it got to a point where I just grew tired of it. I just said, fuck it, no, I'm not doing diets. It's not helping. Nothing is doing anything. It was helping for a little bit, but diets are the biggest bullshit in the world. Like, you can't lose weight on a diet.
Yeah, like weight loss diets. Yeah, you gotta change your eating habits.
And I'm not gonna go into detail because I can only speak from my own experience. I haven't done all this. 5-2 and eat what's it called? Calories, like all that shit. I don't know how those works because I haven't followed them. But the ones I have tried, none of them have worked.
5-2
some of them are. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible.
I think it's a ratio of something.
5-2
like
is basically you eat
and
2 days a week and starve yourself 5 days a week.
Yes, it's stupid.
Oh yeah, right. Oh, that is just.
It's retarded. Like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
But like,
the worst thing about
the thing is, they work while you do them, but when you go back to your normal habits, you just gain that weight instantly.
And the worst thing about most diets is that they're really hard to stick with.
Exactly.
Like those kind of weight loss diets, because they suck. Because you eat disgusting shit.
Yeah, they're so extreme,
like,
and you hate your life.
People aren't programmed to do that. People go on certain diets and they get like depressed, like literally, like they feel suicidal and shit because they're just not enjoying life anymore in the same way.
And like my look on life. Okay, this is gonna be deep as fuck, but my look on life is live your life. Don't do something to live your life. Live your life.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my view of it. But also, I don't know. Some people, I guess, want to live past 40, and they don't want to die when they're 40. I don't see why, because that means they. Well, I see why you want to live past 40 if you have a healthy life, but I wouldn't change the way I live to live past 40. If I knew the way I live now and the way I enjoy life, I will only live to 40. I wouldn't mind that.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
But you did change things, didn't you?
What?
You did change things, though.
I did change things, but that's because I didn't have a choice, and that's probably what's really like not motivated me, but like made me do it. Because when I don't have a choice, I do it because I don't have a choice. That basically.
Well, that's by definition.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But then,
why didn't you have a choice?
So what happened?
My mom wrote me up on the list for gastric bypass. And that's what I have done. I have done a gastric bypass surgery.
What is that? I know what it is.
A gastric bypass surgery is when they cut away a very big part of your not stomach. What's it called? Stomach sac. Yeah, stomach sac, and you're left with a very small pocket, kinda. Mm-hmm. And then they take the rest of your intestines and attach it to the pocket. So you basically
have a very small stomach, basically.
Yeah, you remove 4/5 of your stomach sac, so you can't fit a lot of food in there. And my mom wrote me up for this, and I hated her first for it because I hate surgeries. I hate needles, anything like that. Yeah, it's terrifying. But I also realized I don't really have a choice, because if she wrote me up for this, I know how much it's been there for me, and that's why I didn't just said fuck it. No, I'm not doing it, because I know how much it's been there for me.
So you didn't think anything of the benefits for yourself at all?
No, because honestly, I never really had problems with it. I didn't have back problems. I didn't have it was very hard to go out for long walks, but I rarely took long walks, so it wasn't really a problem for me.
Okay, so you didn't ever feel like a prisoner in your own body or anything like that? You never felt like you couldn't participate in certain physical activities?
I couldn't participate in physical activities, but
you didn't want to anyway.
Do physical activities.
Yeah, it's fair enough.
Yeah. So it wasn't restricting me really. I could still sit in and play video games. That's what I want to do. That's what I enjoy doing. So to me, it wasn't really a problem. And that's really hard to explain to my parents, and I still really haven't. I just say, oh, it's nice to be this size now. Even if it might sound ridiculous, because I got this surgery for free, which it blows my mind that I got this surgery for free.
Well, it's a health thing.
Yes, but it just blows my mind. How the fuck can you do this for free to people when you look at the rest of society and how immigrants and stuff like that? Again, politics. I'm not going to go into it.
Yeah.
But it just blows my mind that that kind of stuff is free. But when we have,
isn't it good that it is though?
What?
It's really good that it is though.
Yes, yeah, of course. I'm not saying it's bad. It's oh, please take my money. Not like that.
Yeah.
But it's amazing, and it's really
Wait,
it warms your heart.
I must have tuned out for a second. Did you say you'd rather have immigrants got your gastric bypass surgery?
No.
No.
He said he's amazed that he got it for free, since we have so many economic sinks in this country with immigrants and everything.
Yes.
Oh. Well, that's less funny.
Yeah. It's not funny. I mean, it's a serious point.
I could throw in a racist joke if you want, but not really fitting.
Do it.
Well, they had to. No, I don't know. I was gonna say they had to kill people.
Here's one. Andersen went to the zoo, but you're not interested because you can just go outside. Skåne jokes!
That is true though. Don't you have elks in Sweden and wolves?
Yes, he was referring to elks.
Yes, that's it.
Definitely. And I have an elk standing right here outside right now.
Mm-hmm. Just eating some tulips.
He's looking into my window, actually.
Moose.
Yeah.
The only moose I've ever seen in the wild is a potatis moose.
Again, I wouldn't have done the bypass surgery if it wasn't my mom who wrote me up. If it was my dad, I would probably be no, I'm not going to do it. Fuck it. I'll die when I'm 25. I don't give a shit. Or
wow, throwing your dad under a bus.
Something.
So in case you're listening, fuck you, Dad.
Yeah.
No, not like that. He won't listen to this, but still, if at that point it wouldn't really have affected me.
Yeah,
but since it was my mom, and I know how
so
much
she basically emotionally blackmailed you to lose weight by doing surgery.
Kinda. It was a clever fucking way as well.
Which is a thing that mothers do. She's fucking worried about your health and everything. So was it successful?
Yes,
did you die
it was
on the
successful.
Table?
I had my surgery little more than a year and a half ago now.
Mm-hmm.
And I have lost 59 kilograms in total.
Nice.
Yes. So
you're what, 110, 115 or something now?
Come again?
How much are you now? 115?
110.
110, alright.
Yes.
I have to ask, did you ever consider the part they cut out of your stomach? Did you ever consider asking if you could take that home and eat it?
It's in my stomach
leave it
right
in,
now.
don't they?
It's inside me right now still. They can't take it out.
They just sort of stitch it together. And
it's actually what's it called? I'm gonna say loophole, but it's not a loophole. It's like a small hole you look through. What's it called? Teeth hole.
Peephole?
People, yes. There's like, I had 5 like holes on my stomach that they look through with, and they put instruments in them. They're not like very small, but they're not big either.
So they didn't open up your entire like
No.
stomach. All right.
Yeah, so they insert the instruments there and they cut it and like sew it back together and stuff.
That's a shame. That would have been the ultimate haggis.
Fucking cannibal haggis.
Oh man.
You just have to stitch one together with foreskins instead.
But it is weird, like the fact that I know my stomach is in here somewhere.
Yeah.
It's just there. It's empty, but like and in the beginning there was still stuff in it.
Yeah. That's true.
So yeah.
But here it's pretty dangerous to do that surgery because people like don't follow the new diet and they like overeat and it like bursts.
I was I'm terrified of surgeries, and I don't know, since I'm the kind of person who likes to know what's gonna happen. But I didn't know what was gonna happen at this point. I just had to deal with it, basically. There was basically a nurse coming after me with sunglasses, just said deal with it, and then she left. That's basically scary, what happened.
All right. So how has it changed your life? Like,
I want to talk about something else before I get into that, and that's when I woke up after the surgery. I was bloated, and I didn't know why, but that was apparent because they filled my stomach with gas.
Okay.
Like just air, and I don't know. I didn't understand. Like I didn't understand.
I guess they gotta test so it doesn't like leak or anything.
They didn't because otherwise my like stomach deflates and it goes like and pushes onto the stomach sac while we're doing like the cutting and stuff. So they fill it with air to have more room, basically. But I have to fart that out, and I couldn't get it out. Like I literally had that for like 2 days afterwards.
Yeah.
It was hurting like fucking hell. It was really hurting.
I had a similar thing when I had my appendix removed. Like, just terrible. Yeah,
it's horrible. But like, and after the surgery, I woke up and I could barely like walk because everything hurt and I couldn't sleep during the night. And it's like, this is what hell is like. And it was like, why did I do this surgery again? Oh yeah, because of personal
emotional blackmail.
Emotional blackmail, stuff like that.
But aren't you? Sorry, no. Go ahead.
It was a interesting coming days because I realized I can't eat. What do I do? It's like normally I would just come home and it's like, okay, I'll have 2 bags of crisps and food, like stuff that was home. I'll just eat it. But now I came home and it's like, I don't have soup. I don't have filmjölk or what's it called?
Sour cream or
sour
whatever.
Cream?
There's
like
no
anything like that. I had nothing at home.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't go to the store. My everything hurts. So I had to have like my mom come over and she bought like soup for me. And I can't eat soup after that. Like I had to eat soup for like 2 weeks. No parts, like nothing. There could be nothing in it. Just only puree. Like fluids, nothing else.
Oh, nice.
And it was horrible. I was like, and I ate soup and I had to put like mix cold eggs into the soup just to have like protein.
All right.
All that kind of stuff. It was oh my god, a nightmare. And then it's like went over to like pureed food for 3 weeks. And again, it's just when you don't have another choice, you hate yourself. Like it tastes awful. Yeah. And then I went back to like normal food-ish after that. And since then I've been on normal food.
But like smaller portions.
Yes, definitely. And I have to eat 5 times a day.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
Still?
Yes, I can eat 3 times a day now. Probably not like many days in a row, but I could definitely do it like once.
All right.
Eat like skip. I eat breakfast, and then I have to eat like at 10, and then I have to eat at like 12:30ish, where I have my lunch, and then I have to eat like 14/15, and then I eat when I get home, like during the evening, and then I'm sorry, 6 times a day, and then once like at 9.
Yeah, fair enough.
Before like the last part of the day.
So, do you feel any better? Like
I definitely feel better in the sense that I'm way more flexible now. Like I can sit with my leg up on the chair. Like there's minor things only really that really affects me because I don't do a lot of physical activities, like not a whole lot. So it's very minor things that really affect me by because of it.
All right. What about walking and stuff?
Walking is amazing now. Like I can walk for 45 minutes and not get exhausted to the point where I hate myself.
Yeah.
I don't feel anything after walking 45 minutes, which is really cool. But
Yeah,
again,
it's really nice, really different.
I could walk 45 minutes before as well. The only downside would be that my what's it called? My ankles would be hurting a lot after it.
I mean, it's not comfortable, so you don't do it because
exactly.
it's not fun.
Now it's way more comfortable, and I like going for walks. Like just going out for walks, getting air with like music in the ears, perfect. Love it.
I've lost some weight recently myself. You know what has been a big difference for me? Tying my shoes.
Well, I don't.
Yeah, I can.
I was always able to do that, but at the point I was at my biggest, that was just wildly uncomfortable for me.
Yeah.
Like the blood pressure in my head would get insane. I'd get short of breath. I'd feel nauseous just from bending over and folding down my stomach to tie my shoes.
It's funny because when I say that, I can only think about Louis C.K. You know who it is?
Yeah.
Some comedian.
He does a sketch where he's talking about putting on his socks.
Have
you seen that?
No.
Oh, it's amazing. And it's like folding a bowling ball. Stuff like that. It's fucking brilliant. You should, that's my recommendation. Go watch Louis C.K. Good.
You're okay. You already did one, but okay, fair enough.
I'll do another one. Fuck you.
Louis C.K. is great. Like one of the best comedians right now, I think.
But other than that, it's mainly just like for walks. But again, I am definitely thankful for it. But again, it wasn't really a big problem for me. I didn't feel that much of a problem with my weight as it was. So I also feel like an ungrateful bastard because of that. Because I feel I should be more thankful, but I'm not because it didn't affect me that much. So
I get you. I mean, if it was up to you, like if you didn't have your mother worrying, you would never have gotten the surgery, and you
most likely not. I don't know. Probably. I can't only say for how it was at the time. It might have gotten worse, and I feel like okay, I'm.
Yeah, I mean, after your first heart attack, you might have done something about it.
Exactly.
I mean, that's probably the major difference is like the health of your body, the health of your heart and lungs, and your blood vessels and shit is gonna thank you so much for getting rid of that weight.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
it's amazing. The real eye-opener would have been when he went to America on holiday and could actually wear a size small without it sagging.
Andersen, how much weight have you lost?
Not that much. I've only lost about 8-10 kilos, but I've lost a lot of fat.
You're lifting at the same time,
I'm lifting at the same time.
Yeah, so probably just gain muscle, lost fat.
111, 112-ish.
But I mean, 10 kilograms at that point is not quite a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It's really made a lot of difference. But I mean, I'm a tiny guy. You both know this. I'm 172.
Yeah, I'm 175.
So not,
but I don't actually have plans to ever go below 100 kilo, even when I get to my most fit, because I want to.
You don't want to be a skinny fag?
Nope.
Why not? For aesthetics?
For aesthetics.
Yeah, well, I can agree with that choice, although maybe 90. I don't know. You're kind of short-ish, like.
Wait, are you saying Andersen should go below 90 because you don't look good above 100?
Well, no, I'm saying like if he gets skinnier than like 90 kilos,
he's
gonna look skinny, and it's not gonna fit Andersen's personality for some
reason.
Honestly,
I thought you were like talking like. You shouldn't. No, aim for 90, please. It's like
honestly, if everything goes perfectly, I expect that I might dip down and touch 100, but I'm actually hoping to end up back at 105 or 110, just with a much lower body fat percent.
Yeah. I mean, you're not bulking. Like, even though you're going to the gym, you're not trying to go get abs and biceps and all that stuff, or. Like, are you lifting in order to get physically attractive fit? Or is that just a side effect of it?
It's bigger than a side effect, but it's a minor effect. I'm lifting mainly for strength, then for health, and then for aesthetics. But the aesthetics aren't a side effect, they're just lower on the list of important.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, there's a difference between having like flabby fat arms and having, fit arms and then having like bodybuilder bicep curls.
I might go into bodybuilding when I get more fit. I don't know yet. It's
You can't afford bodybuilding. I'm sorry. It's super expensive.
Yeah, it is.
Like, if you're talking about bodybuilding, it is ridiculously
no,
expensive.
I'm not talking about going into competition bodybuilding.
No, but like even just like you know, like getting swole, as it's called these days. You gotta have so much fucking creatine and protein powders and shit. It's fucking expensive.
It is very expensive.
I mean, there's only so much you can do naturally, which is a shame, especially since you're not 20 anymore.
I actually think
Your
that's
natural testosterone is probably.
I actually think that's what I'm
dropped
gonna
and
aim
stuff
for.
like
I'm
that.
probably gonna aim for going as far as I can naturally.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Of course, you can always, eat more chicken and stuff, but
yeah, that's how I'm gonna do it.
yeah. Alright, that's good.
Yeah.
It's good that you're keeping healthy.
But other than that, I really don't. There's nothing else really to say about my weight loss. I'm happy with it, but
Yeah,
it's not. doesn't affect me.
it's kind of a, like it sounds like it should be like a success story, but your attitude
yeah,
towards
I
it is
know.
like, oh, okay, well,
Whatever.
okay. Yeah,
I mean, I've succeeded. I've gotten to where I'm supposed to go. I have a bit left, but I've definitely gotten way on the track to getting where I'm supposed to go.
yeah,
But-
that's nice. I mean, you're not like a fat person, like fat.
I still am. I mean, I'm not.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't know. I see myself every day, and I don't think I'm fit, but I'm not fat anymore, at least.
yeah. I mean, you're not the kind of person who needs a scooter to get around.
I'm not American.
Yeah, exactly. You're no
A
longer
scooter,
Mary
no,
fat.
that's-
170 is probably like pretty Mary fat, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah. I got up to 150, then I realized like, this has got to stop. It's getting crazy.
Yeah.
That fucking weight is difficult as shit to manage. It's
Yes.
so delicious to eat chips and snacks and candy, for fuck's
Yeah,
sake.
why? It's so weird. Like, why is candy
No,
good?
it's not weird. It's because in the past we lived amongst the fucking lions. And if you found something that was sweet, it had a lot of energy, so you could eat it. Like you found a strawberry or something. Like
Yeah, but
Do you
why,
think-
full of energy.
why do
we-
the bad things taste good and the good things taste bad?
Do you
Well,
guys
exactly
think-
for the reason I just said. We're just
yeah, I
evolved
can see that.
to
So,
seek out high intensity or high density caloric.
but if
because
you look
it's
at
cost efficient.
like now, okay, compared to like what you just said though with the lions and stuff, you
Mm-hmm.
found something sweet you wanted.
Yeah.
Do you think evolution? This is gonna sound ridiculous, but do you think like evolution-wise, we might not like candy in, say, 500 years?
No, evolution is way slower than that. 10,000 years maybe, but I don't think that society is even going in that direction. Because the thing that would cause that was if there was sexual selection. Basically, if we all thought that fat people were horrible and disgusting and nobody had children with fat people, quite quickly
Isn't that
fat people would
kinda
just stop
true, though?
existing. Well, a little bit, yeah, but quite quickly fat people would stop existing because they just wouldn't get any children anymore, so
Yeah.
their genes wouldn't be passed on, etc., etc.
That's true.
But like fat people have sex and children with fat people, and like it isn't that selective in that way. So I
No,
don't
I
think
guess,
that will
and
ever
there's a lot
happen.
of like focus on lose weight like this. There's a lot of focus on how to lose weight. So
Yeah, but there's also like fat acceptance and stuff like that.
yeah, I guess I was just curious.
But yeah, I mean, it would be a possible thing, but yeah, I don't think that like our sexual selection is really trending towards that.
No, that's true.
All right, I suppose we should pretty much wrap it up.
Yeah.
Actually, Nooya, you wanted to talk a bit about Zelda. We did talk quite a bit about it in the speedrunning section, but
Yeah, I kind of like you asked me to bring up a topic, and what comes to mind is my experience, like being not raised, but like my childhood with video games, I guess.
uh-huh.
Is that
maybe
okay?
Zelda?
It might be like not a terribly short topic, and I know we've gone over 2 hours, so
Well,
I
can you make it
I
short?
want to take a moment.
I mean I can, but it's like I just want to like explain it why I like Zelda, and like I just like grew up with it and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, fair enough. Andersen, what were you
I
going
want
to
to
say?
take a moment to tell Nooya how much experience I have with Zelda.
I know.
I've
You told me.
played about an hour of the original Legend of Zelda.
I hate you.
Thanks.
Yeah. No, it's like in a you're not a gamer kind of way. No, not as a friend. I love you as a friend.
I can't tell if that was gay.
No.
But if
okay,
it
what
was,
trying to
I'm
say-
totally down for that.
Okay, cool. No, but it's like it's more like to me, Zelda is
The epitome of gaming.
Love. Zelda is life.
not the epitome. I'm not gonna say that because that's like
epitome.
saying it is the epitome, but this is my opinion. Like to me, Zelda is definitely the head video game franchise. Stop laughing. I'm trying to make my opinion here. I know onions aren't allowed, but I'm gonna say it. That's my opinion because
Whole onion?
the first whole onion, yes. The first video game I ever got, like we're talking console now. Well, actually no. The first video game I ever got was actually
Stick to the fucking topic.
Space Cadet. So never mind. But like the first console game was Zelda on 8-bit, and that was the first game I ever started up. Do you guys remember the first game you ever started up? Ever?
Yes, barely. Or no, probably not, because I was always gaming, but I have memories of the first couple of video games.
Honestly, I'm not sure which was the first. I was gaming when I was 4.
Oh, well.
Yeah,
Okay.
same, pretty much.
Yeah, but like the first game I ever started up on a console, as I said, was Zelda on 8-bit. The Legend of Zelda, basically. And I remember like I was stuck on the first screen, and the first screen is just
Nothing.
white floor with green mountains and a black hole. It's not a door, it's a black hole. Right? There's no stairs, there's nothing indicating that this is a door, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
If you
and
don't
then
know the
walk in-
conventions, yeah, sure, why not?
What?
If you don't know the conventions of video games, yeah, it's not a door, it's just a black pixel thing.
Exactly. So I walk around, and I think I play the game for 30 minutes without picking up my sword. And I die a lot. And I don't understand why this is good.
That's a speedrun category. I saw that.
No.
Yeah, it is at GDQ.
It is.
I
It's
actually
the
heard
earliest-
Swordless,
yeah.
Zelda Swordless.
It's the earliest speedrun anyone ever did. No, but seriously. And then I remember I don't remember this too vaguely. I just remember the part where I was actually wandering around for 30 minutes and didn't understand why was this good. Why did I pay? I don't know how much my mom paid for this, whatever. But then I picked up the sword, and I realized I could kill stuff with it. Well, not kill. In my world, it was like poke it with a thing and they disappeared. Like, I don't know. I don't remember what I thought.
Is this Zelda like the sex mod or something? You're just running around poking things with your thing until they disappear?
You poke them with your wand. Yes.
Yeah.
No, but like I picked something up that made me be able to
Have fun.
poke
Stop
stuff
saying
that was on the
poke.
screen and it disappeared, basically.
Wait, there's an actual Zelda 6 mod?
Of course there is.
Please stick to what I'm trying to explain. But as a
What
kid,
are
I
you
didn't
trying to
understand
explain?
that. I'm trying to
You
explain my
found the
first
sword and you had
experience with
fun
Zelda.
with it. You had fun with it.
Yes, I had a lot of fun, and I realized like it just opened like so much possibilities.
It blew
just picking the sword
your
up.
7-year-old mind wide fucking open.
Yes, exactly.
Good.
And that's basically the like.
And that is how your love affair with Zelda started.
Yes, and that's what what introduced me to the entire.
That's why
thing
your
that is video games.
love affair of video games started.
Yes, because it's like you get something that allows you to do something, and I think that's a very. It's a
Very-
big generalization of video games.
It's a very basic thing in video games.
Yeah.
I
So
guess.
when did you play your first good Zelda game?
Wow.
I think we might as well end the podcast right there.
I mean, I'm just gonna go.
Fucking PTFO, man.
What does that even mean? I've seen that around.
It's blown the fuck out. It's basically like you get burned or something,
Okay.
or owned, wrecked, whatever. I think owned is maybe the.
But yeah, I
closest
just
thing
wanted
because-
to bring that up slightly, and
Yeah, it's a very cute story, Nooya. I mean, that sounded very sarcastic, but it is a very cute story, Nooya. That sounded sarcastic again. Oh wow, Nooya, really cute story.
Yeah.
No, that's beautiful. I mean,
it's just like it's hard to explain today and have it have the same effect as it was to me when I was a kid. But
of course.
just the realization of how amazing video games are and what they can do, and what you can do with them rather, as well.
You can poke
is
them.
just amazing.
They disappear.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
I didn't know it was a sword. I just pressed B and they disappeared.
Yeah, but yeah. That's,
could have been my dick
actually,
for all I know.
That's a nice introduction to video games. I
Yes.
hope more children have experienced similar things, and I hope
Yes,
more
but
will in
don't
the
put
future.
your dick on enemies. That's bad.
Don't fuck the tic-tics. What are they called?
Don't fuck the tech lights.
Tic-tacs. Yeah. Right. So let's call it a day for the podcast, shall we?
Yes.
You can give us feedback for the podcast at dopelives@gmail.com. You can reach me on Twitter, dopefish_lives on the Twitters. Andersen?
I'm on Twitter @SirAndersen1, and I am on Tumblr with a blog, sirandersen.tumblr.com.
Have you updated that in a while?
Cool.
I updated it like a week ago.
I need to read it.
No.
No, yeah. Do you have
Yes.
a Twitter you wish to share?
I have a Twitter. It's basically my speedrunning Twitter, but I also started posting a lot of other shit there. So if you want to follow my tweets, I post bullshit and fun stuff, I guess, which is what you guys post as well, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also
my
feminism and politics, but-
Twitter is @Nooya with 3 O's speed.
Nooya Speed.
Yes.
The links will be in the show notes and
Yes.
YouTube description if you want to take a peek. Any
Yeah.
last words?
Other than that, you can find me in chat. That's what I was going to say.
Of course.
No! Yeah!
No! Yeah!
Yes. But yeah, thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun.
What should I pick for a nickname? I guess this will do. Nooya.
I mean, you have to say the first version was better, right?
What? Yeah.
The
yeah, it
first
was.
version, like.
Anyway,
the lie?
let's cut it. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for listening.
Bye bye.